Heaven just knows what it was. Will I go back to the place where I belong? Everyone could break my heart, but I try my best to not fall apart. And I found it hard to let go. The memories keep me together. Gotta fight till the end, no pressure, no pressure. And I find it hard to say no to the ones who want something better, to the ones who never say never. You'll be my pleasure. Scared of, because where people live there is always love. I know the answers in my heart, so I'll try my best to not fall apart. And I found it hard to let go. The memories keep me together. Gotta fight till the end, no pressure, no pressure. And I find it hard to say no to the ones who want something better, to the ones who never say never. Will you be my pleasure?
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back, boys. Welcome back. First week of M+, first week of PvP. Hopefully all y'all have had your weekly activities so far. and enjoy them. I'm still looking to get my 2s done and finish capping on those. Also looking to do some 3v3s just for funsies at this point. Maybe I should try hard 3s at some point, shouldn't I? And my phone, okay, let me get the music up and running, and I'm gonna check my phone because it's buzzing all fucking day. I barely checked it, but let me, boys, EU, if you guys know, while I do this, if you guys know how to make groups, go ahead, make them right now. We're gonna be hopping on in just a second. Let me get the music back up while I go check to see if anything was important on my phone. Otherwise, yeah, let's get back to the regular, boys. Be right back real quick.
Where am I going now? Just falling over dreams. Now I'm just so far gone, this isn't what it seems. Taking me so damn long, it's fading from belief. I need to slow this down, it's burning from beneath. Come break this line, it's full of tomorrow times. Holding on for what it's worth my life. I'm out of time, I'll make it up the vine. I'm away to the sky.
Okay. Let me lower it a bit. Here we go. Okay. So you know those robot calls like your moms or dads would get? Like the shit that's designed to call to boomers and anybody that is like elderly to try to like freak him out with oh, your security information have been contacted. Log into this website with your credentials and those funny digits on the back of your card. You know what I mean? Like it's obvious phishing scams. I'll be getting a lot of those. And you know how like Google and every motherfucker collects your personal information? I wonder if somewhere in the database they don't have me as like a mildly young individual. I wonder if they have me down in database at like 80 years old. Because I used to get like those calls with a real person trying to sell me Viagra when I was in college. And I was like, I feel like you guys are pieces of shit, first of all, but second, shouldn't you be calling me in like 40 years when I'm actually having that kind of problems? What? I wonder if somewhere in the database I think I'm like an 80-year-old man, and you know what? Good. The less they know about me, the better. I swear, dude. I swear, this is the kind of phone calls your grandmas and granddads are getting regularly. All right, EU, hopefully you guys are ready. How do we go, boys? What do we got to check? We got us server Scrawfeld, Zero, Karen, the beautiful obliteration, Jacko, Naya, Mr. Ma'am, Zag the Black. We got us Haynes, Brad, Mugichi, username. How you doing, boys? Welcome back. What's up, Jacko? How you doing, my man? EU, I hope y'all are ready for some more fun 5V5 1v1 Duels, boys. Let's get right. You know what? I'm gonna add this song to Duels mix. This seems really good. This makes me think of like Cell Dweller, right? Or something similar to Cell Dweller, like in that kind of like same vibe, same tune. You know what? Either way, dude, this makes me think of Kobrak a bit. Is Kobrak playing, by the way? Does anybody know if Kobrak is playing the game again? Dow Spectator, this is the tune that you guys helped me level last time, and we're going to be diving into this tune right here. What's up, boys? Welcome back, welcome back. Hope all of you are having a good one, boys. Oh, really? Group up on Horde. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Hit me up with a DM straight to the Dalaran hashtag 1340, boyos. Hit me up real quick. If y'all got group, man, Cracker Dalaran to Dalaran. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Hit me up, boys, with a PM real quick. Who do we got? Arthur, we got the boys. I saw Cracker trying to put a group together. Oh no, the settings are already fucked up with this tune, man. Look at that. When I click and when I'll click off, it disappears. I hate that stuff. Should I turn on war mode and hang out here? I feel like I should turn on war mode and come back here. Kreiser already with a group 4 out of 5. Let's go, boys. Krager with a 4 out of 5. Let's go. Let Let me make these a little darker. All y'all PMs are a little bit darker so I can see, dude. Maybe I am getting old, right? I got them old man eyes. I can't fucking see. We got Chrysler with 4 out of 5. And Krager ready for 5 out of 5. Perfect. Spectator match. Chrysler and Kragar 5. Here we go, boys. First duel of the 5v5 1v1s duels is up on the Blades Edge Arena. Dalaran Bestro. What's up, Jack? Ahead of me, man. What's up, Sadex? How you doing, my boy? I hope you're having a good one. My main Subway Feral not sure the moment survival is boring. Really? I guess survival is not that different. Have you tried different legendaries? Because there are some really solid Legos. I don't know. Maybe if you played old expansion of BFA survival didn't really change too much going into this expansion, right? But I think it with every other class scaling and the way survival scales, I think it's a lot more even. I don't know. I would have fun with survival. I want to get a hunter up and running over on the NA sometime. Just because I feel like survival in Mythic Pluses would be super fun with the grenades and whatnot. Especially if you don't have to play the Mongoose Bite build anymore. I'd be personally happy if I didn't have to play Mongoose Bite build anymore. Alright, switch. We got ourselves the boys on Team 1 and Team 2. Team 2, we got ourselves Kragar coming in as a Fury Warrior with. We got ourselves Khan as an Arms Warrior with Steak as a Steak. As a Feral Druid. Please be out of cat from Melissa Dueling fam. We got ourselves Nova as a Shadow Priest and Alfuera as a Demon Hunter. Steak be out of duel, Druids be out of form unless you're dueling. Boomkins can stay. Boomkins are fine because they don't give any buffs while in boomy form. Chrysler on the other team with Tasty in the back. We got A-Bomb with Jesse as a boomy, and that's going to be first Death Knight of today. Alistair getting slammed down with a Stormbolt by Khan, who's going to go for a big defensive play, popping in defensive stance. Avatar Blade Storm staying in defensive stance, not popping out of defensive stance into offensive stance, into battle stance to get some damage out. Still doing some big slams onto Alistar. Goes for the freeze with the Dragon Legendary, and Khan popping off a trinket with a parry versus Alistar, who's going to go for a very defensive play with a Dark Pack. The hand is out. The baby hand for the Meljax's Covenant is out. It's going for the stone to Khan. It is the yard. Khan has enough health to maybe survive it. Both of them are super low. It looks like Khan goes down with Alistar getting that final hit at the end. Does have a ghoul, can sacrifice the ghoul for the heal, but couldn't do it fast enough where what's the name? Nina Vrach. Oh, Nina Nurse. Nina. Okay. We got Nina in here. Popping up with a big Shadow Word Death, taking out the Death Knight, not giving him really an opportunity to play, but it's gonna come down to him and Jesse. As a balanced druid popping off as a boomkin from behind Nina into an immediate fear by the Shadow Priest. As soon as he sees the druid, is going to get the dots with a Mind Blast. Jesse is playing Kyrian, so he'll be able to deal with Shadow Word, not Shadow Word Death, Divine Plague pretty easily. Mind Games coming out for Nina. Jesse might just want to go for it. Maybe, I don't even know if you want to go for defensive play. You just end up hurting yourself, as the Mind Games did make that a defensive heal go in the opposite direction. Jesse almost bursting himself down. If Nina had him low enough, it actually would have been game. Doorway of Shadows for the Shadow Priest around the corner does not get the CCO to Jesse. And Jesse just tried to get some paw action as a feral, trying to mostly stay away from Nina. Nina just sees a little bit more globals. Just say this caster 2 DPs coming down. Jesse, do you have the heal? It looks like they might have burned the heal from the Kyrian. And Jesse tried to see if he could turn around to some damage, try to get the Starfires off. Gonna be silenced by Nina. Jesse trinking it out of the silence. Go for the Instacast. Nina might have to look out for Dispersed Stone onto Jesse, though. Should be able quite a lot of damage and with those DPs. Should be quite a bunch. Jesse getting hit with an Execute at the end with a Shadow Word Death. Didn't even have to go for a Mind Games. Who is up next on the other team? We got ourselves A-Bomb as an Unholy Death Knight. No trinket for this man. Or maybe playing Relentless because he is a human. Got himself in the Maldraxxus Covenant. The shield is up. Nina trying to make sure they are max range from the DK to at least get some dots or some sort of CC onto A-Bomb from afar. And that's going to be a Shadow Crash missing A-Bomb as the pet dives in into a fear into A-Bomb. Does get out of it with a Lichborn. That's going to be Nina. She's going for Shackle and Dead. Almost getting it off. Actually does get that off. A-Bomb with a Lichborn. You are undead for the time being. So that's a free stun for Nina. I don't even know if it's on DR, but A-Bomb was CC'd at the beginning. Mind Games coming out. Can't interrupt it. A-Bomb is going to do some damage to himself or healing to Nina. As Nina popping off big dams as a Shadow Priest. Full burst. I didn't even see them send the Power Infusion. Big Haze, big dam. And the DK just couldn't even do anything. That's so much of that team just getting knocked out with Nina stealing the first kill on a Death Knight. But securing a full-on kill on the next one, the Shadow Priest just making it look way too easy. Nina up versus Chrysler. Gonna be a succubus CC for Chrysler, so he might be able to get himself a good positional with a Cataclysm opener onto Nina. With a Shadowfield Raptor, does go for a Greater Fate, missing the stun, going for a stun to Chrysler. It's gonna be a human racial for that one. It's gonna be silence off of that Death Coil, and the Death Coil was triggered by Nina, so trinkets have been burned by the Horde. Chrysler trying to get some damage in with an Infernal. Going for a port away is going to be Warlock Hell stuff for this. Does get the Night Fate Dot, the Soul Rod onto Nina, which is putting quite a bit of pressure, but the DP onto Chrysler should keep him alive. Chaosball does go through. He does send it. VTs are coming out onto all the pets with some Shadow Meds. We are not even dampening, so Nina should be able to get full-blown heals for now. Chrysler trying to secure a Cataclysm around the corner. Looks like he might have been able to. Nina actually popping off the Vampiric Embrace. Lots of damage he's putting out on both the Demon as well as Chrysler. It's going to allow him that self-healing. Can actually play kind of aggressive. Mortal sending him in a direction as he wanted to go for a gateway. Short stun onto Chrysler with a Void Eruption. That's going to be Void from Veil, but the Succubus CC stops him in place. Chrysler trying to land a Chaos Bolt while out of that Succubus CC into a stun. Does not land it. Silences Nina, pushing forwards at Chrysler. Should be a lot of DPs available. Greater Fate against Chrysler's cast into a Fear. Chrysler's actually under a lot of pressure. Dusty Waldes. Shadow Crash hits him. Wall comes out. Death coming in. That's going to be Shadow Crash, but I think Chrysler just dotted up too much. I don't know if he might be able to recover from this. So far, he's surviving, but needs one more global from Nina. It's going to be over. Drain live for Chrysler, trying to see if he can stay alive, but the dots are melted him way too much, and Nina taking him out with Tasty. Last one left on that team, playing the Maldraxxus Elemental Shaman, changing up the Covenant from Aventhyr to Maldraxian. I think tried to go for a bunch of lava bursts. It's going to be Meteor into Nina from afar as the pet. It's doing quite significant damage as we finally diving into the dampener. It's going to be slow and a stun on one hand on the other before Nina is going to go for Greater Fate as Tasty pushing in. Going to be a silence on the Tasty. Trinkets out of it. Trying to go for big zaps. Lightning Lasso. Nina is going to go for Disperse as they are low. Might as well go for Disperse right now. Get that health count up. Tasty recovering with a self-heal. So actually might be a self-heal caster duel here. Tasty knocking down Nina. Big damage coming out for him. Nina tried to pour back up onto Tasty. Does not get the CC with the Venthyr teleport. And Tasty is trying to avoid Nina's Void Eruption for now. Throwing out one meatball into an Earthshock. Nina getting quite a bit of damage back to Tasty though. Into a pet stun with the Earth Elemental, but a stun back to Tasty. Mind games, and Tasty's going to put himself under a lot of pressure. Nina either was going to have Tasty help kill himself or heal Nina. Tasty goes in for a Lightning Lasso. At least he sees Nina for a moment, and there goes a bit of that health recovery as we hit in the first 10% dampener game here, boys. Only 6 minutes 40 into this game. But still, Nina is holding on strong. It's going to be Big Stormkeeper. Probably has a Greater Fate. Might want a Greater Fate. Tasty does not burn the lightning bolts just yet. Trying to see if he might have line inside of Nina. That's going to be Nina going for the Goblin Rachel just to get away. Tasty still trying to get a good angle on it. Has lightning bolt in his hand. Cannot go for it. That's going to be a silence on the Tasty with DPs by Nina. It does go for the Dark Iron Rachel. He's going to put himself in a horror effect. Lasso onto Nina. No more lightning bolts. I think only got one off, maybe two. I'm pretty sure one though. Stun onto Tasty. Nina should be able to get the dots up and running. Mind Game's gonna put Tasty again another pressure. Does get a shield from going one of the soul binds from the Maldraxxus Necrolords. That's gonna be greater, or not Greater Fate. I was about to say Greater Fate. Grounding Totem. And Nina, I think, was going for it. Hopefully not stuns onto Tasty. Otherwise, the Ground Totem would have had him. I wish we could see this stun, the Psychic Horror, on the toolbar for his ability. It's gonna be a big Totem coming down with a Sky Fury. A lot less of Tasty. Might be able to get some damage in. Hasn't been a pretty even fight between Tasty and Nina. Nina going in for an offensive. Silence does not get the dots off of that. That was a Greater Fate used in order to catch up to Tasty too. And Nina having to go behind under the bridge, recover a little bit. Tasty looking to jump down under and go maybe for a Lava Burst to Stormkeeper available. Does Nina have a defensive? They do have a Disperse if necessary. Maybe have some CC to follow with that. That's going to be Lightning Bolt 1. As Nina tried to play very, very defensive. Gonna be big damage available for Nina. Hazebuff getting purged by Tasty. Wall coming out for the Shaman as it still has one more zap available. Nina gonna hit in a Lazo. That's gonna be a disperse available. Tasty did have to wall the damage coming out for Nina. And maybe Nina has a CC to get aggressive right now. Gonna be slows for Tasty. Immediately try to keep the Shadow Priest at bay. Fleshcraft coming out for Tasty to give himself a little bit of a buffer for his shield. Silence on Tasty as the Fire Elemental is out. Does drop down a Meteor onto Nina. Doesn't look like it did the most damage. That's gonna be an Elemental Blaster on the corner for Tasty. Elemental Blast is a very interesting choice, by the way. I don't really know if he meant to play Elemental Blast this duel. Maybe that is the PvE talent. But it's going to be right there, Duda and the Fire Ellie just dueling one another. Not even dueling the Shaman anymore. 9 minutes into this duel, 24% dampener. It's either going to be Nina taking it in a technical 1v5, but really a 1v4. Tasty getting hit with a stun, or maybe it's going to be Tasty breaking through the barrier that is Nina. Trinkets out of that last, so looking to jump under right after Tasty. Void Eruption is available, trying to get a Stormkeeper up and running. Greater Fate to dodge one of the lightning bolts. Going to be mad defenses for Nina. It looks like with the Vampiric Embrace that we're able to embrace the Void and cap out that win for Team Kragar. Only, I'd still say 4. Wrong talents? Yo, I saw Tasty. You were dropping down the Elemental Blast. I was thinking to myself, that's probably the wrong talents. I feel like that would have been a lot better. Is that Artistic Traces or wrong talents? Okay, sounds good. You have a rating for you? That's all fine, my dude. That's fine, my man. We got Hannah's coming back in. Hell yeah, fam. Group ready to go, man. Sounds good. Do we have any other groups, or is that going to be Chrysler and Kragar? Let's get another one going, boys, yeah? Yo, that's unfortunate, Tasty. Yo, next go, man, it's going to be a whole nother game, dude. I guess we should get Kragar versus Haynes unless we don't have we have somebody else in here, yeah? Does it matter in PvP? Yes, it does matter in PvP. We got 6. Beautiful. I guess we're going to get Kragar versus Haynes until we can get someone else in here with a group. If you guys want to make some groups, LFG, man. Spectator match. Here we go. Hannes and Kragar. Here we go. Pretty sure it's Haynes. Unless Haynes and Kragar are in the same group. Invite spectator match. Okay, it worked this time. They're more PvP scaling, yeah. So gear does matter in PvP. I mean, last expansion it also mattered, but with the scaling, it makes things kind of awkward. I guess, of course, like having certain trinkets, certain items is good, but you know. Oh, wait, what? Is that same team? Is Haynes the lead of Chrysler's team? I guess I just get to go again, because I'm pretty sure I had it Haynes and... Did I not do Haynes? Oh, did I make a mistake just now? Yo, Haynes, I'm gonna get you in immediately if I didn't get you just now. I'm gonna get you immediately if I didn't get you just now, dude. I'm pretty sure I had Haynes and Kragar. But I might have had Chrysler accident and Kragar. Yo, Haynes, I'm gonna get you immediately after this one, dude. How does that sound? Sorry for that. Switch. Yeah, my bad. I did alt up, and it should have given me the team I just tried to plug in, but I guess I had Chrysler instead of Haynes. I'm sorry, dude. I'm gonna try to get you in immediately. No problem. I'm gonna get you immediately as soon as I can. We got ourselves a small switch up on team 2. We got ourselves Catalyst as a Demon Destruction Warlock, so we get in a second one in here. We got ourselves Crackers, if you're worried. We got ourselves Iliadissa as a Demon Hunter. Stake, be out of cat form and out of cell unless you're dueling. Thank you for the way. And Alfera. Yo, Cracker, can you tell the Feral be out of form and out of stealth unless he's dueling? Thanks, fam. You got Chrysler in here with Tasty on the other team. A-Bomb going to be first up with Jesse in the back as a Boomy. And Alistar is a Frost DK with a 2-hander. Hopefully the Frost DK with a 2-hander pops off. I haven't seen a lot of AU Death Knights really make the Frost 2-hand work. Going to be Kata going for a double stun onto A-Bomb with a Cataclysm into a... Trying to go for a Fear Casbolt right after. Big damage into A-Bomb. Popping off AMS. Going to be Reflect available. It's so A-Bomb looking to not reflect on himself. Stun onto Catalyst. And that's going to be probably a port lock gateway coming out. Maybe the grip comes out from the Abomination hand. Looks like it's not going to be happening. Catalyst should be able to get away. Looks like I think the normal grip comes out. There goes the second grip. Fear trying to come out onto A-Bomb. He did try to port. That's why the second grip happened. Fear again into A-Bomb with cannons bolts. His wall is up. A-Bomb is going to take quite a lot of damage. Big conflagrates coming out. And Catalyst is going to dip under. Waiting for A-Bomb to come back. A-Bomb is going to take quite a bit of damage while he's above there with the pet and the dots. But the Infernal Least is gone. So it's going to be one less thing keeping him warm and burning on immediate hellfire over behind the pillar. He is mounting up. He's going to have to get a whole new pet up and running. But that's a lot of defensives of A-bomb have been used. The anti-magic zone can still be used. The AMS coming out very, very soon. A-bomb should be in play maybe. It's going to be Mortal Call onto A-bomb. As Catalyst not getting the Casebolt up and running. Going to be succubacy into Casebolt. Fear to follow. Does not get the interrupt. Immolate. And I think the next flag should have him with an Incinerate taking him out. And it looks like Tasty is going to be up next on the team too. Finally, maybe has the proper talents this time. Not the radar talents. And maybe he's going to be able to make a different play here. Because having a Elemental Blast in PvP is an obvious mistake that no one wants to make. It's an obvious one a shaman would never make. Unless we're just out of the raid and try to pop into a duel. I'm trying to give Tasty, boys, Tasty's performance last duel was good. I just tried to kind of hype him up because I know Tasty can do like a billion times better as Ali Shaman. I know he can, boys. I know he doesn't disappoint. Tasty tried to see if he can get a Flame Shock, maybe a slow one to Catalyst. Looks like the Frost Shock might have been the play there. Does he get another one? He does go for another Frost Shock, and that's going to be slow into Catalyst, but he's just staying mounted up. Tasty can't really catch up. But Catalyst, he's just trying to wait out for cooldowns. He got Wall, Infernal coming up. Wall, we ain't going to be seeing that for a while. It does have a Trinket against Tasty. And that's also a Succubus. That's going to be grounded to him on one side. Catalyst is going to be caught out by Tasty, dropping down the Meteor with the Elemental. He's going to go for a big Lava Burst, maybe. Tasty has one set up into a stun into Catalyst. Did use his Maldraxxus ability, but looks like the Lava Burst will not fly today. Unless Tasty turns around and uses it on the pet, where then a freebie one will go into Catalyst. It's going to summon a new Succubus instead, as Tasty decided to maybe turn around and hit the pet maybe with it. Or does he get the buff for like, basically, is that a limited buff from the Necrolord ability? It might not, it might be a limited buff. I think it's the Warlock's Necrolord ability that gives you like unlimited until the ability comes back off of cooldown. And Catalyst going for trying to get himself a dot up and running Tasty, knocking away the Warlock and the pet away. The pet is walking up, maybe trying to go for a Succubus CC. Catalyst has got himself a Reflect available. It's going to port right up next to Tasty. Trinket for that last. So Tasty actually kind of pressured. That's going to be Infernal coming down. Catalyst going for a big damage right now. Shadow Fury onto Tasty with a big Casebolt. Tasty's going to Trinket. Interrupted Catalyst. Since he doesn't have a wall, cannot prevent any kind of interrupts. It's going to be a big Zaps available for Tasty as more Infernals coming in. Mortal Call running Tasty the other direction. Fear coming in. Does he have a Tremor pre all of it? It looks like he did maybe pre-tremor it, or maybe one of the Infernals broken. Gonna be that Earth Elemental trying to beat up Catalyst, and Tasty got himself big Zaps available. Huge Earth Shock to fall. Wall available for Catalyst though to deal with the damage, turning onto the pet with a Drain Life, trying to catch up on as much health as he can. It looks like the pet is going to disappear for now. Tasty caught up with a little bit of health behind the pillar. Gonna be a port for Catalyst, trying to avoid Tasty as best as possible. You also maintain curses on Tasty this whole time. I don't know if you want to maintain a Curse of Slow or Curse of Tongues at this point. I think Curse of Slow is probably the best curse in this situation, right? You'll be able to maybe get a Fear off, trying to not to get a kick out of Tasty. Tasty lining the pet, trying not to get hit by the Succubus CC. Huge damage for Tasty, but it's going to be a Mortal Call running Tasty in the other direction with the Fear chain combo. Casebolt actually getting line decided. Should be able to go for a second, but the Succubus does come in to CC him a little bit more. Lava Burst almost takes Catalyst out. Double Casebolt to Tasty. Earthshock drops the Warlock super low, and Tasty looks like he's going to get the hell out of it. Does pop a Warlock Hellstone from Chrysler in order to keep up. A Catalyst playing Venthyr? Is that what you're playing? It looks like Venthyr. Hasn't used the Venthyr ability at all, which I think they actually buffed it. Maybe the damage wise is actually better than it used to be. So maybe you want to throw that out with your dots and just kind of melt the enemy from afar. Plus the curses applies. I think you could double up on curses maybe, or replaces it. It's been a while since I played with that one. It always was visual pleasing. Tasty mounting up, trying to see if he can catch up to Catalyst. We are back with a ring around the rosy with these two. Catalyst not letting Tasty touch him at all. Is going to be hitting off the grounding totem. That is going to slow him down a little bit. Might just have to get aggressive with Tasty. Was I think anticipating a grounding totem. Does not get the Mortal Call to ground. Does not get the Mortal Call grounded. With the Tasty actually Trinket out of the Fear. Interrupt Catalyst on the Casebolt. Going to be the Fire Elemental dropping down the big Meteor. Catalyst looking to maybe get a Fear on Tasty. Does he have a grounding totem ahead of time? He does not. Casebolt hits him to the face first time. Catalyst super low. Reflect is available. I think Catalyst still might drop down either way. Tasty taking him out. It's with a Frost Shock as soon as the Reflect goes down. Just taking him out with a Frosty touch. Next up, it looks like it's going to be Kragar. Looks like it is going to be the Feral Stake. Is it Kragar or Stake? Has Steak been in cat for this whole time? Cragger, you gotta tell the boys. Yo, it's a Cragger at this point, man. It's a Cragger. Cragger, you gotta tell the boys if they're in cat form, they gotta get out of cat. But it's gonna be Tasty versus Elidisa next. Actually went in for a Night Fae Haunt. And then CC Tasty actually removing the dot effect completely. Tasty going for a healing surges with that Hex onto Illy. Did Illy trinket something? Actually looks like they did. Big Zap should be available for Tasty, maybe with a big Lava Burst too. Has so many Instacasts in his hands. Just needs to let him fly. Illy is taking so many Instacast damage. Darkness coming down. That's going to be Glaze circle around him. Last a while in Darkness. Does he survive it? Looks like maybe he does. He does. Oh, Lava Burst in the end. Feeds him. With a big old meatball at the very end. Alfera is going to be up next with Tasty. Dealing with his boys. Also, Tasty should be given credit. The Feral is still in cat form. The cat form, if he runs a leader of the pack, it gives everybody a extra crit. But also when they crit, they heal for like 5% of their health. So everybody actually gets a massive healing buff. While the Feral is in cat form and in stealth. That's going to be on Cragger though. This is where as the leader of your team, you should tell your team not to do this. So Tasty is winning these. With the other team having a slight advantage. Going to be wall for Tasty right now. Trying to see if he can survive the onslaught by the Demon Hunter. Going to be an I-beam interrupted. Trying to go for a heal. Getting locked out though. Really bad situation for Tasty. Trying to go for a healing surge. Does the Demon Hunter have enough? Looks like maybe DH is out of damage. Going to be Hex out of Tasty. With that trinket is going to get himself healing surges. So the Demon Hunter without a stun to follow up is in a bad spot. Looking to get away from the instance of Tasty. Try to see if he can fly out of there. Does not go back up to the top of the platform. Short stun into Tasty. He just needs to wait until his lightning bolts are available. But looks like Alfera is going to back up. Tasty does go for a bit of recovery. Flashcraft around the corner. Alfera could interrupt it if he wanted to. Does interrupt it. Tasty is able to get all his casts off now. It's going to be Aya Lethros. Does he want to wait it out? Looks like Lasso is going to come out. Aya Lethros is going to do percentage damage to Tasty. Alfera is super low. It's going to go for the Necrolord Elemental ability. I don't even know what's it called. Decimating Bolt? Doombolt. Gonna be Alfera actually with a battle res. Actually trying to see if he can res. Tasty needs to take down the flower covering him. Trying to go for as much damage as he can. Lava Burst. Does Alfera come back? Alfera does get a cheat death in this situation. Did survive by a little bit. There's no actual easy way to target those things, by the way. There actually isn't. There's no like health bar on those things. Alfera is still super low. Gets a stun into Tasty. Try to see if he can leave him with Glaze in the back, but it looks like Tasty is going to be able to take him out with Cragger leaping in as a Fury Warrior God versus Tasty. Stun totem coming down is going to go for a Blaze Storm. Try to see if he can get interrupted on Tasty on those zaps. Reflect is available. Tasty is trying to tank this up a bit. Should be able to get big zaps back to back onto Cragger. That's going to be Cragger again in a short charge and Tasty. Tasty extremely low. Does go for a short stun with an Earth Elemental trinket for Cragger. I think Tasty is going to be done and done with those executes. Not a lot you can really do in that situation. Alistair coming in as a Frost DK next. Popping off everything. The pillar as well as the rune weapon. And that's going to be also the Maldraxxus arm, dude. That's a lot of damage altogether. Cragger has nowhere to go. He just has to take this damage or tank it up. Stunned by Alistair with the dragon. Which is a short 3-second stun. Could be good in some situations. Short stun to follow right after. Looking for those obliterates. Cragger looking for a bloodthirst. It's going to be a pet getting somewhere. But Alistair should be able to slam down big obliterates into Cragger. And down goes the warrior. Fleshcraft coming up for Alistair. Preparing for not a feral actually. This whole time I was thinking that was a feral. Wait, if Steak is not a feral, he is actually okay to stay in cat form. It's actually okay then. Never mind. Scratch that statement when I said the whole team has an advantage. They don't. Because this is a boom kit. They don't get that kind of a talent while in feral form or anything. Big Thorns available for Steak. Roar into Alistair. Trying to go for a Cyclone. Looks like the clone is going to land. It looks like Steak isn't even a cat. For some reason, I looked at him and I thought feral. He's sitting in cat form. Must be a feral. Pretty sure some of you guys have made that mistake in the past too, right? Come on, dude. That's a little embarrassing. I'm not going to lie. Alistair still has pillar, but looks like not a lot of health available. Looks like the Star Surges are going to fly Steak, taking now the DK with Jesse. Boomy versus Boomy action next. Boomy's immediately dotting each other up. I think Steak is at a disadvantage with health alone, unless he has some kind of a play here. Trying to land a Cyclone, getting interrupted. Bear form and Star Surges are going to take him out. With Tasty taking on 3 kills, what is the ability that Shamans have, by the way? Maldraxxus ability. What is that called? Because I know it's Decimating Bolt for Warlocks. And it's some kind of other bolt for, or cast, or I don't even know, for Shamans. Either way, boys, this is gonna be tasty coming in from back-to-back Demon Hunters, man, after a Warlock for 3 easy kills. Zikari, are you back? Oh my god. Group and you have space? You gotta make one, man. How you doing? Been a while, huh? Oh, everybody's coming out of the woodworks now, dude. Okay, we gotta get Kragar and we're gonna get Haynes. Because we did Chrysler and Kragar one too many times. I mean, always happy to have you guys, but I meant to do Haynes last time. Okay, let's do this, and I won't misspell this time. Wait. Here we go. I just pulled it up from Kragar duel. Kragar and Hannes. Jesus, does he have a group? Gufan ready? Yo, can I do Haynes versus Jesus? Hannes and Jesus, are they the same team? They might be. Hannes, Hannes, and Jesus, 3 S's for each. Okay, I'm gonna do Hannes and Kragar. Wait, not same team? Are you not lead? One of you guys is either not lead of your group or something, because I can't queue you. Not same group. Okay, Hannes, make sure you're the lead of your group. Because it's not letting me queue. And there's different reasons I'm lead. Jesus, are you lead? Let me try again. Add the target. One of you is off. Be sure not to be offline on Real ID. That's another thing. Because I haven't checked. We'll give you guys 30 seconds. Be online on Real ID. Make sure the lead of your group. Jesus and Haynes. Cool. Jesus lead. I'm in his group. Okay. I'm on Wong Tam. It's on the gear, but I'll try to kick some booty. Go for it, Nye. Also love the mustache as well. It gets better every time. I don't ever cut it. I was offline. Okay, that'll explain it. Here we go, boys. Haynes and Jesus. Hannes and Jesus. Haynes. I don't even, dude. I keep flip-flopping. Also, how do I set it so that all my whispers come out with like darker color? Because I know that it's like that sometimes on an A, but on EU, I don't know if that's always like that. Weird. Alrighty, that's a lot of pharaohs and that's a lot of sub-rogues. Wait, chat, there's 3 sub-rogues in one team. Should we reform? Chat, real quick, chat, I need a vote. Chat, I need a vote. There's 3 rogues on team 1. We have a rule of only 2 of the same class. Except for certain specs like boomies and pharaohs and stuff. Should we reform? Yes, play, no reform. 2 words, yes, play, or no reform. No, let him reform the group, or yes, let him play. Yes or no? Yes or no? Chat, vote right now. I need a vote. Whichever I want to see the most in chat. Yes, let him play, or no, don't play. Let him redo. No reform, or yes, play. Chat. No reform, no, yes, no. There's a couple of yeses here and there, but a lot of no's. We gotta redo it. Yo, whoever is left team rogue, you guys gotta drop 1 rogue. You guys gotta at least drop 1 rogue. 2 pharaohs, 2 rogues, that's fine, but nobody wants to see 3 rogues with 100% crit Lego. It's just gonna be boring and annoying. Whoever is on that team, whoever's leading that team, you gotta drop somebody. Who? Okay, so whose team was that? Was that Haynes or was that Jesus' team? I think that was Haynes' team, right? I didn't look at who was playing. Yeah, got a rogue heavy team needs to drop a rogue. Rogue heavy team needs to drop a rogue. Because we have a rule, no more than 3 of 1 class. There are some exceptions like warlocks, jesters, afflictions, and demos play a little differently. People generally don't hate that. Shamans, people don't hate like 2 LEs, 2 enhancements. You guys don't hate that at all. Rogues, 3 sub-rogues with 100% crit and like re-stealths and 1-shots. Who the fuck wants to see that? Right? That's what I'm saying, and that's what you guys are saying. Boomies, pharaohs are different enough. Survival hunter and marksman, I feel like different enough. Like Beastmaster, you could have like 1 BM, 1 MM, 2 survivals. I think most people don't care that much. Yeah. Alrighty. Okay, we'll drop 1. Okay, Haynes, I'll give you 30 seconds. I'll give it 30 seconds. If not, I'll get a Jesus versus somebody. I'll give it 30 seconds to reform. Just swap 1 guy out. Just whoever's the last rogue you invited, be like, hey man, just explain to them, hey, that has a rule. No more of 3 of same class. We got 3 sub rogues. Somebody has to go. Tell them, hey, open up LFG. Our rogues logs to warrior. Okay, that's fine. Rogue can relog to warrior. Jesus is ready? I know he's ready. I just gotta wait for Haynes then. We gotta give him a little bit of time. Otherwise, we'll get Jesus versus one of the other guys. Kragar or Kryzer. Probably Kragar. Because Kragar seemed like, still haven't really... Well, actually, no. He seemed to get to play all full through. Either way. Rogue 1, no, Rogue 3. Yeah. Rogue 2. We could do 2 rogues. 2 rogues is fine. Haynes, just to get a guy real quick, and we'll get you guys in. Otherwise, I need to get Jesus versus somebody. I don't want to make Jesus ready, wait for too long. Because we got people waiting anyway. We got people that could play, and I could get Haynes versus like Kryzer or something. Zakari, I think, try to get a team. Gasps. Gasp. Are you one of those role? Are you actually a viewer or are you a role player? That's gonna hey. Oh, bow. I'm guessing it's a viewer. I'm hoping it's not a roleplay because I don't have a roleplay name. I have gotten my characters like not banned, but he was forced to change his name on a roleplay server. Literally nobody queuing. Yo, boys, Zakari, my man. Hope you're having a good one, Zakari. Yo, let him know in chat that you have a group on Alliance if you need people in, man. Because we got Alliance groups in here. Look at our Crisis team. Ready? Okay, we're gonna go Haynes and Jesus. We're good, boys. We're good. We give him a chance to swap out. But the rules are rules. Maybe I should put the rules. I should add the rules to the stream, shouldn't I? I feel like no one's going to read them anyway. But, you know. There we go. On Horde. Horde? Zakari is Horde? You're not working anymore? Oh my goodness. Times change, huh? But I mean, maybe your friends are playing a Horde, so I could understand that. Put those in Discord. Yeah, I still need to help because Friend made some of the base rules. I still need to go and like actually look at them. Switch. What do we got? We got ourselves Team 1 with a lot of rogues and a lot of druids, but it's okay. We got ourselves and Frozen. We got Frozen here with Azamon as the arms warrior. We got Sap. We got ourselves Stormclaw playing that Incarnation iteration and Crowell. Oh, that Mog looks so good. That's a nice I don't think it looks good on orcs. I feel like it looks good on... Because I feel like orcs are too rough and tough. You know what I mean? Like elves, humans, it would look so... Undead, it would look better on them. We got Gag on the other team with Avrora Black? Avro. We're gonna call you Avro. With Yulori, we got ourselves Tamsian, gonna be first monk for the team, and you got ourselves Yandex in the back. As a Frost. Wait, 2-hint Frost? Dual Frost. Okay, that's gonna be a little bit interesting. Azamon, though, getting with an in-cap, should be able to break out with a Zerka's Rage. Does Zerker going for a full avatar? Big damage. Tamsin does go for a Lex. Going to be tricking out of the warrior with Fist of Fury flying. Going to be parry. And Azamon gets hit with a Karma. Bails out as Tamsin also bails out as well. It looks like both of them are just going to disconnect for quite a bit of time. Azamon has himself Sharpened Blade ready to go. Avatar still available, but looks like a lot of the damage with the Avatar onto Tamsin. It's just going to kind of go in the gutter. Avatar is a pretty short cooldown though, so should be able to get it back up. I don't think it's a 2-minute cooldown. It's like a 1.9, 1.8 or something, isn't it? 1.7, 1.6. Yeah, there's no way it's a 2-minute cooldown. It's like some weird cooldown. But it's going to be awesome. I just try to stay away from Gag. Oh, no. Actually going to be Tamsin for a little bit. Tamsin go for the in-cap. Got himself images available. Does he have Alexium? Going to be a Storm Ball by Azamon. Does go for a War Breaker. That's going to be some defensive play for Tamsin. Get himself the Kyrian Weapons of Water. That's going to be a big parry onto Azamon. Has to reflect, but I think Tamsin is just going to take him out. It looks like Zwen leaps in on Team 1 already. Just running through them, and Tamsin does go for a bit of a reheal. Looks like he's going to hopefully give Sap at least an opportunity to catch a re-stealth. Looks like Sap is going to go for a bit of an honor duel. Tamsin does wave at him. Because the Zuen came in, started dotting everybody up over there, so the rogue will not be able to get a proper re-stealth. But here he does get it. Gets a sap at a Tamsin into a cheap shot. Going for big damage. Oh! Oh, there it is. The Kyrian into an Eviscerate. This is a cheap shot Kyrian. Eviscerate, 100% crit, every cooldown burn, right? One dance was burned. No Shadow Blaze this time. Cheap shot into Gag into Shadow Strike. Does get hit with the incap. And Gag going for Lexi. Going to be a trinket blind onto Gag. And Sap looking for the reset. Second dance has been used. He does need the common points to get another dance available. And if he can catch a re-stealth, it would be even better for him. Could vanish. Did use a blind already. Going to be a kidden shot onto Gag. And this is a very short DR though. Trying to get a cheap shot onto Gag. Having to burn evasion and cloak of shadows. That's a lot of cooldowns being burned right now. Smoke bomb coming in. He's just throwing everything on the floor. Does he actually want to do that? I don't know if he wants to throw everything like that though. So has to vanish unless he gets hit with an incap. Going to be Gag. Needs a leg sweep or a way to lock Sap down for a second. Sap does go for a sippy cup. Catches a reset. If Gag has a human racial, which I don't think he does anymore. Sap needs himself a big blowout damage. I don't think he has it just yet. Cheap shot into a Kyrian, into a Shadow Strike, into an Eviscerate. Big damage. And I think he went for Muckford as Eviscerate, so Carmen's going to do damage to him. Shadow stepping away from the Fist of Fury. If he can just stay away from Gag, he might be okay. Sap needs himself a clean re-stealth. Otherwise, I don't know if he's going to win this. Has Dance coming back up, so he actually getting the Sap. Sap getting the Sap. If he can get some kind of a trinket with it too, and wait for maybe a Mark for Death, then he could have the combo here onto Gag. Gag does have a Relentless though, so he's not going to sit in the stun for too long. The cheap shot might be short. Too short. And as long as Gag doesn't AoE him randomly out. Looks like it's going to be cheap shot. Trying to go for Eviscerate. Second Eviscerate didn't follow through. Lexi by Gag. I think he has the Rogue down here. Oh no, Big Fist of Fury stopping in place. Whirling Dragon Punch and the touch of death. Gag didn't want to give the Rogue an opportunity. Want to make sure the touch is there just to secure that win. Just in that... Just with the fingertips and a jugular, just knocked down, locked out, asleep. Not even dead. It's just such a dead, but he puts he's dead asleep. Dead asleep, boys. It's gonna be Frozen up next versus Gag. No human racial use this time. I don't think he even has it up. It is a 3-minute cooldown. Fist of Furies are gonna be surrounding the druid. Does go for a War Stomp as a Tauren. That's gonna be Bear Form Wall used as well as a Barks. It's a lot of defenses got used already. Gag went for a Whirling Dragon Punch maybe a little early. Frozen trying to get back in there. Gag does not have leg sweep for a little bit. Does get to win. Short bash. It's going to be Convoke. As long as he can disrupt Convoke, that's a lot of the damage. Frozen is out. Going to be Fist of Fury parried. Thorns is out. Does Gag continue the damage though? Frozen does go for a Reflect. Actually, Zwin telling you exactly that you are not dead just yet. Whirling Dragon Punch coming out. Trying to see if he can take down the Seed. He does take the Seed out. Crowell's up next. Get a shot into Gag. Into a Kyrian, Shadow Strike, big damage, taking him out. Not even an outplay there. Crowell just taking him out of the game, out of the park, down and done. And got himself a restyle. He did burn a lot of cooldowns. That was a human racial burn. Shadow Blades have not been burned. One dance has been used. Kyrian has been used for the big one-shot play style. And Yandex looking for maybe a bit of a reset. He does get the pet up. I guess he's sub rogues, dude. He did not have any cooldowns though, so I guess that is that. That's gonna be a Shadow Strike. Not even going for a stun. Crowell just went in for an opener into a smoke bomb immediately. Yandex bailing out of it. Is just gonna have to wait it out. The big Syndra goes to the strike coming down. Might get a grip onto the Rogue. Look at you just keep the Rogue at bay, really. I think he's just trying to deny the Rogue a reset. As long as he doesn't let the Rogue re-stealth, he won't have a crit. There's going to be cheap shot coming out onto Yandex, and that's going to be Yandex with an IBF immediately trying to tank up the damage. Crowell has an evasion being used. Might need to rotate a Cloak of Shadows here because it's a lot of frosty damage that's going to go through. Yandex is just trying to maintain the dots on Crowell as best as he can. Just maintaining the dots as best as possible. Marfredeth ready for getting a shot onto Yandex. Does Crowell have enough damage? Does he though? Shadow Strikes are coming out. Does he have a cheap shot? If he had the cheap shot to follow, maybe that would have been enough. Yandex does go for another heal. I don't even know what he healed from. Did he sacrifice the pet? He healed from something. I doubt it was a Death Strike. And Crowell is kind of getting lowish. Hasn't popped too many cooldowns. There's going to be Cloak coming out. Getting the dots up and running into Yandex is going to be a stun by the death that Crowell goes in for a blind onto Yandex. If he can catch a reset, Yandex is super low in health. And if Yandex does not have a trinket for this, it might be in a really bad spot. Unless he doesn't have a trinket? I don't think he does. It doesn't look like on UI he has one. Unless he's using like a, what would be the word here? Heirloom? Crowell with a kidney shot. Kyrian into a backstab. Eviscerate. Shadow Strike. And that's going to be it. Lights out. Sitting at half health with Rogue at 100% crit Lego. Not much of an outplay potential there. And Yulora not going to let the Rogue catch a proper reset. Is going to get the bleeds and dots on him. Crowell trying to go for a Shadow Step, but that's going to be root immediately. And you're just gonna have to melt to those dots for a little bit. Maybe looking for that reset. Almost finds Elora, does get the Feral out of there. It's gonna be tricky for Elora, which is huge. Crowell goes in for a vanish. Elora did trick it out of a Kindle shot. That is gonna put him on DR. Crowell is gonna get Elora in combat just to make sure he doesn't catch a proper re-stealth. And Crowell is going to get stunned himself. Elora should be able to lock it out with a bite. Crowell did have himself cheat death. It's going to be shadowy duel as he goes for cheap shot into Elora. Trying to go for some damage into a cheap shot. Does he escape? I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. That's going to be Roar onto Stormclaw with a Cyclone. Does Stormclaw trick it? He does. But Elora was already midair into Bear from Convoke getting interrupted. I think he was trying to tank up and heal up while in bear form with that Convoke. Trying to go for Hibernate. Does land it, Elora. That was crazy. Good play against Stormclaw. That Roar to get him out of stealth into the Cyclone immediately and then leapt. No, almost thinking, maybe he didn't know that Stormclaw was going to leap on top of him. But by the time he got the leap, he was already mid-air. He was already flying. Momentum was already established. And Stormclaw just trying to make that incarnation work. Elora does have Thorns. Is going to pop into Cat from trying to get aggressive, trying to get some dots onto Stormclaw himself. While Thorns is up, is going to wall his damage. It's going to be a Roar. Stormclaw does not have a trinket. Leaping on top of Stormclaw. Elora should have himself maybe a bit of a setup. It's going to be big damage coming out for Stormclaw. Big Convoke. Does get interrupted. Trying to go for Hibernate. Is going to get locked out on it. Bear form. Trying to heal while in Bear. Into a Roar. Into Stormclaw. Trying to go for Hibernate. Does land it. Should be regrows for free. We are 20% dampening. Into a Cyclone. Hibernate into a Cyclone. Should be able to recover some health. Maybe get an opener. He does not get the opener. Has to go back into bear form. Wait out until opportunity. Get hit with an 8 maim in bear. Probably a better situation than in cat. But I think maybe Laura is out. Maybe it's over. Unless he can somehow turn it around. I think he tried to go maybe, hopefully not a bash. That's going to be a res. Stormclaw doesn't realize it. Does he though? He sees Elora is dead. He thinks he's okay. Elora is going to make a comeback though. Stormclaw, maybe he's aware. Maybe he wanted for this. No, Shaman, you're not dead. He's not dead yet. He's not dead yet. Elora tried to sprint in, trying to see if he can get an opener onto Stormclaw. Does not get it. Elora is not out of the fight. Here's a Live Lord McGee. The Seed is going to help him a ton here. As we hit in that 9 minutes, almost 10 minutes in a duel. 27% dampener, boys. And Elora is still in play. What does Elora have? Trinket. Wall not available. Maybe Barkskin. Stormclaw has everything available, actually standing right next to Elora. Looks like he might pick up the eye. If Elora is fast enough, he's going to land the opener, get the bleeds on the Stormclaw. He's going to be in the defensive stance at the very beginning. Elora needs still a better recovery, but dampening is kind of high now. He's going to go for a big old bite. Has a bunch of dots available. Big old bite again with Stormclaw out of bear form. Thorns to follow, and Elora takes him out. Oh my god. That Seed. That Seed. And Crowell as well as... What was the other rogue? He left. Crowell and the other rogue. They had 100% crit. Crowell though with them crits, dude, with them setups. Don't be sleeping on them sub rogues, dude. I was even cheat death. Just like, you know what? I'm really in very glass cannon, so I might as well, right? I can kind of get it. I can get behind that. We got us this Anthrax you made. We got a group ready. Hell yeah, dude. Let's get you up and running, boys. So we got to separate. I know Krager wants to play. I know Kryzer wants to play. We got to still separate you two. I'm going to flip a coin between Kryzer and Krager. And the first one I get a coin flip on, we'll get to go next, okay? 7, 8. Here we go. Coin flip. Okay. Flipping a coin. Alright, so it's on heads. We're going to flip it anyway. It's a 50-50. We got Kryzer and we got Krager. I'm going to give Kryzer heads, Krager tails. Heads. Okay, Kryzer next then. Literally flip a coin because I got to start separating you two. So I'm going to get them in. And I'm going to get Krager versus either Zakati or Jesus or Haynes. Whoever's ready afterwards. How does that sound, boys? Anthrax 90. And Kryzer. Alright, boys. Next. Dalaran как дела? Здорово, Void God. Здорово, здорово. Не, нормально, как у тебя? Как у вас? What? That's a lot of priests. Boys. Yes, let them play, or no, make them reform. And now, chat me in a vote. Yes, let them play, or no, reform. That's a lot of priests on one team. That's a lot of priests on one team. Yes, let them play, or no reform. Chat, vote in chat right now. Just type what you think. Yes or no. Yes or no. Yes or no. That's all I want to see. Yes or no. Yes, let them play, or no, make them reform. That's a lot of priests. That's more than 2 of the same class. Yes or no. That's all I want to see in chat. Yes or no. Some of you guys are saying yes, but a lot of no. Reform. Some of you guys are saying yes, but a lot of you are saying no. Reform. And that's going to be the second team there. Anthrax, right? You got can't have 3 priests, man. Can't have 3 of same class, man. I drop a priest. Alrighty, well maybe we will have Cracker and Cries. I just don't want to put Cracker and Cries there. Yo, Anthrax, I'll give you about a minute, okay? I'll give you about a minute, okay? To reform real quick. Just drop a priest, get someone else. Anybody, literally any other class. Literally any other class besides the priest. Hey, the green went away. Oh, did it? Oh no. Yeah, we're gonna have you guys reform real quick. Anthrax. Chrysler, bow out. We'll get you guys like somebody else. Bow out of that one. We will get you guys someone else. They need to reform. Need to reform, fam. I don't know if you see my message or not. Maybe he has his reality closed or whatever. So crazy. Yeah, just have your team bow out. Zakari is ready. Okay, we gotta get Anthrax down here. Finally got a team. We'll get Zakari and Chrysler. That's what we'll do. Just to keep going. Just to keep flowing. Chrysler and Zakari. Yeah. We'll get you guys in. Jump to kick all the shadow please, not just one. That could work. Yeah. 3 can't have more than two of the same class, boys. There are exceptions, like Boomkins and Pharaohs are different enough where they're different. You can have 2 Pharaohs, 2 Boomies if you want to. Warlocks, as long as they're different specs, you can have more than 2. Like 2 Destros and an Aphim, because they'll play differently enough, in my opinion. Most of you guys in chat don't really care that much. Yeah, so we'll get Zakari. Wait, Zakari is who's Zakari? You went out of Zakari just now? Did I not cue Zakari? Looks like I queued Haynes. I hope I did it right, because I'm pretty sure I had it right here, right? I think I did it right. I'd save that one, right? Hope I did. Alright, we'll just play it out. I'm pretty sure it is Zakari. Switch. Wait, switch. Here we go. Team 1 is having trouble getting people in, but it's going to be Frozen as a Feral Druid. We got ourselves Corwell as a Saw with Dauk as a Mage. We got ourselves Etchy as well as Storm Claw. The 5th on Team 1. Looks like probably loading in, but we have ourselves so far Chrysler as a Destro Warlock. We got ourselves Alistair as a Frost, 2-hand Death Knight. Tasty. We got ourselves Jesse and A-Bomb as the guy loading in. Whee! Yeah, just hang out on the stairs, boys. It's going to be Stormclaw versus Chrysler. Immediately dropping down Infernal and Stormclaw. It's going to take a lot of damage at the beginning. It's going to be the Chrysler trying to go for the Soul Rot into a Mortal Coil onto Stormclaw. It's going to be a Mortal Coil, a Soul Rot with Rain of Fire. I think it's trying to spawn in maybe more pets onto Stormclaw, but that Infernal is really giving him what right now. Actually just beating that big bear butt right now. Leaping in onto Chrysler. Going to be a port for Chrysler. Get the hell out of there. That's going to be that Night Fae board with a big gate move for Chrysler. Trying to do co-experience. I don't think he's actually hit him with Convoke. I think he ended up getting a bite to someone else instead. That's unfortunate for Stormclaw. Thought he might be able to reach up, but looks like Convoke wasn't smart enough of an ability to find out what to do. It looks like Chrysler is going to shift into his own cat form for a second. Oh, wait, maybe. Chrysler actually having to swap pets. I think maybe it was the Succubus that got nuked. With that Convoke. Gonna be Stormclaw getting him with a Mortal Coil as a Chaos Bolt is gonna hit him. Fear around the corner. Dustbomb in a bear form is gonna trick it out of that fear. And since he's in cat form, he can't be seduced. So I guess Stormclaw getting attacked by the Fell Puppy might be better because the Fell Puppy can interrupt him 1 and 2nd take out the Hots while he's behind the pillar. So it's a benefit to him. Trying to go for a Cataclysm around the corner. It looks like Stormclaw isn't gonna go anywhere yet. He's gonna get hit with a Cataclysm around the corner with an Illuminate anyway. I think he's just waiting for leaps. Chrysler is always going to have his way out of there. with a port. Trying to go for a stun Stormclaw. Looks like the maim is going to come into play. Stormclaw does get himself a bit of a reheal. While available for Chrysler, should be able to dash out some damage onto Stormclaw as the bites come out by the Druid. Fear to follow. It looks like he's going to have line inside of Chrysler. Not for long though, as Chrysler sets up a good positional with a Chaos Bolt. Missing the dot that he meant to do. Does get the double dot on Stormclaw with the Soul Rod as well as an Immolate. It looks like both of those dots are doing quite a number. It's almost like he's an Affliction Warlock in a way. Almost. And Chrysler's trying to find another angle onto Stormclaw. Dots hit him with a Mortal Coil, another Fear, and that's going to be more Chaos Bolts getting chucked out with a Cataclysm. And Stormclaw so far has been very survivable. I guess the raw might of a Industrial Warlock does get interrupted. Popping in a barrel form. I don't know if he's playing Guardian Affinity. Is he? It might be a Resto Affinity. Maybe? No, I think it is Guardian Affinity. I think for PvP, Guardian Affinity is better, especially with the Frenzied Regen. Just so much of self-heals. Another port by Chrysler, expecting that leap out of Stormclaw every single time, and always has a port. And as long as he has an Immolate onto Stormclaw, the Conflag raids do a ton of damn. Ton of instacast there. Chrysler should be having cooldowns coming up by now. This duel has been going for a bit. I mean, it's a 3-minute duel between these two. And there's going to be some cooldowns available very, very soon. Leap by the Feral, going for that maim, had the common points off of the Fel Hunter pet. Big bite into Chrysler. Mortal Coil onto the Convoke now! Oh, he must be livid. That's a 3-minute cooldown. He's never going to see that back again. Big interrupt onto Chrysler on the Chaos Bolt, though. It's going to keep him locked out from cast for a bit. Infernal slams down with a Soul Rod and a Fear trying to come out next. Big bite by Stormclaw as the Chaos Bolt trying to get lined up by Chrysler. It looks like Chrysler does have to shift into a form. I think Stormclaw has a massive adventure. Big port by Chrysler that knocks Stormclaw back? What is that? That's a new one. A port with a knockback. That's a new one. I've never seen that before. Chrysler trying to make the Scum Flags work. Does he have a Mortal Coil? Waiting for Stormclaw to get so close before that port trying to dip away. That's going to be Cataclysm around the corner. Stormclaw should get hit by it. It looks like he doesn't. The curse of slow is going to hit him. Fear off of that Mortal Coil. Continuing CC chains. And that's going to be Chaos Bolt while Stormclaw is super far apart. And it's going to get a gateway onto Stormclaw. But it looks like the Feral is still survivable. Man, the survivability of Druids right now. He just goes behind the pillar, catches up, goes back at Chrysler. What is that gateway knock? That looks awesome. That's cool. Is that a conduit? It must be a conduit, like a defensive conduit. That just is gonna make all the melee like shake them off ya. That's so good. Cyclone onto the Fel Hunter as Stormclaw looking to get next to Chrysler, but again, the Warlock ports are getting used so well here. Masterful use of the ports, man. Very well put together. Very well set. And Stormclaw still trying to gun for him. Mortal Coil is going to be free damage with a Soul Rod, Shadow Fear from far. Cataclysm, that's going to be double dot, and Chrysler should be able to get quite a lot of damage in. The Feral leaps in with a maim to follow. That's going to be Hod's getting stripped off by the Fel Hunter, but he should be able to get big bites of the Chrysler. The wall is up for Chrysler. Does he have any more instacasts? He's trying to run at Stormclaw if possible at this point. And I wonder if there's a point of Curse in Stormclaw. I wonder if he sent him with a Curse of Weakness. That's going to be the Curse of Exhaustion slow. The leap still happens for the Feral. Does port away. Stormclaw does not power shift out of it. But there goes the barrel form. It looks like he's going to get recursed immediately. Man, we are 5 minutes into this duel. Does not dodge the Cataclysm around the corner. Getting interrupted on his heel. The Stormclaw is actually under a lot of pressure. Could Chrysler just whittle him down with dots. Pushing up with the Bear Druid. As he's got himself friends in regen rolling. Should be able to heal up a little bit here and there. Big heals coming out right now. And Chrysler waiting with a Mortal Coil. Trinket available for Stormclaw. Probably going to trigger the Sphere. Is going to trigger the Sphere. Bash onto Chrysler. Convoke finally goes through. Does not have the interrupt for Convoke, which is super unfortunate. The Fel Hunter would have actually had it. Going to be another knock up of the Stormclaw as Chrysler gets away yet again. Stormclaw though pushing him a little bit more aggressively. Chrysler is also going to try to get out of there. Does he have the port? Looks like he doesn't have a port. It might actually be in a bad spot. Try to land the Fear. Getting interrupted, but the bite comes out. That was such a back and forth duel. I feel like it's been a while since we've seen such a back and forth duel against Feral and Warlock, who just do not want to go down. Alistar is going to be up next. Try to make those obliterate smack. That's also going to be the icicles from... Oh my god, what is going on? He's just zooming all over the map. Thorns available. That's going to be the start of the Stormclaw. Does Alistar have the damage to follow through? He might be able to try to get the Daz. It's going to be AMS for the Thorns, but looks like he's going to walk away from Stormclaw, who should be able to catch a lot of recovery. Is Alistar Necrolord? I don't know if he's activated the Necrolord ability just yet. Maybe he's waiting for the next person. Doesn't want to overcommit too many CDs in here. But Stormcloud continuing to move, stun, and also should be able to hit him with a couple of obliterates. It's got to be a, not a trinket for Stormcloud, just gets out of that stun pretty early. Making sure to get the dots on Stormcloud as best as they can. The hand comes out, gripping him in, had to do it to him. Looks like the hand is going to slap Stormclaw around until he's going to be done and done. Alistar up next versus Dauk. The Fire Mage trying to go for a Nova Combustion is coming down. Does not have AMS for it. Does have AMZ if he needs to. But looks like the slows is going to be enough to just wait out the combustion out of the Zandalari Fire Mage. Ring of Frost on one side. A scary mage in the other. With big Fire Blast back to back. Antimatic Zone comes out as the breath comes in. And also going to grip the mage back in. Does not have a stun for now. And it's going to be maybe an alter time out of Dauk. Dauk? Does have alter time. Going to be Mitra slamming down to Alistar. Dauk going to get a lot of health back. Doorwave Shadow trying to get a CC onto Alistar, but the AMS does stop it. And Dauk just needs a little bit more damage. Just smoke up more Fire Blasts and Pyros. Trying to go for Mirrors of Torment, so Alistar basically needs to not hit Dauk, because that's going to be some free damage. Does go for a Death Pack. Gives him a little bit extra health, but not a lot of healing with that health. Trying to go for Flesh Scout, just trying to see if he can survive the damage going out. It should be in a good spot. Regenerate, try to come out for Dauk, but looks like the Frost Fever is still on him, so this is going to interrupt that heal. Alistar mounting back up with a shield ready to go. Dauk got his own shield. Fire Shield versus the Necrolord Shield. Which one is going to win? Grip onto Dauk as he went in for a blink. That's going to be a breath off of the Ring of Frost. Does he go for another Ring of Frost? Pyros are coming out. That's going to be a stun onto Dauk. That's going to be a real ice block. Went from one block of ice into the next. Alistar, not a lot of health available. They're trying to see if he might be able to survive Dauk for now. As the mage trying to go for Invis, but I think the dots are still going to get him out. That or Death and Decay would either way. Stun into Dauk. Does Alistar get any health back here? Does have AMS available. Every defensive and offensive rolling together. Maybe enough damage. That's going to be Dauk with the Pyros, but maybe Frost Fever gets the Cauterize proc. Cauterize does get proc. Dauk needs himself some survivability right now. Immediately starting to sit down and get himself some mage food. It looks like Tasty is going to give him that honor duel. He is going to wait down, sit for the guy, wait for that honor duel, man. No HP for that mage. If he only had maybe a shield coming up. Does he play the normal blinks? If he plays the normal blinks, he probably gets a shield from those blinks. He probably should have blinked just to make sure there's a shield on him. Because that could have been, I guess if Tasty gives the honor duel, right? Then Dauk would have had a Cauterize to work with. But now Tasty's playing against a mage without a Cauterize. That's one less cooldown. Combustion is back up. Mitra almost back up. Dauk still has images. Hasn't used him last duel, I don't think. Which is a pretty big defensive. You should be using him. But a very well used alter time. I think Tasty can strip that off you though. If you try to use it early, I don't think you'll be able to use it against a Shaman. Dauk trying to go for a big combustion play on Tasty. Is that grounding totem down? I do think there is ground totem for a bit, but Tasty is now taking full damage to the face. Lightning Lasso onto Dauk. He's just gonna line aside him for a second. Let the pet do a bunch of damage to the mage. I think it's gonna be out with a Frost Shock. Just a frosty touch to take him out. And Crowell is up next. Cheap shot on Tasty. That's going to be Shadow Step. Try to go for the big stun. Tasty try to go for a Hex. Going to get cheap shotted again. Does the Rogue go for a Cloak? Tasty try to go for a heal. Interrupt not being used yet. The interrupt now used. Missed his interrupt. Going to be maybe a Hex. Crowell trying to see if he can max out the damage on Tasty. Blind as he goes for reset. And I think the Earth Elemental is not going to let him go anywhere. If the Earth Elemental catch up, he walked right into it. Van is trying to go for another reset on Tasty. Cloak of Shadows has been used to get that Vanish proper. I don't know if Tasty has an answer this time. Crowell should have Shadow Steps. I think that's going to be full burst. I think it's going to be Dunsky maybe. Unless he messes up. Kidney shot on Tasty. Trying to go for some damage. Eviscerate. Stoned by the pet. No. There goes his crit setup. No Cloak of Shadows left. Next Lightning Lasso is going to be huge. Short stun on Lasso. Interrupt available for Crowell. Does Shadow Step. Interrupt and Tasty on his cast. Tasty is actually full health though. Is going to go for Dark Iron Racial. Doing as much damage as he can to Crowell. Big Stormkeeper should be available. That's going to be the row going down. When you play for 100% crit and you throw everything in your cooldowns in the opener and you still don't win. That's going to be that roguelike for a lot of you guys that decide to play 100% crit sub. I feel like maybe it's just too many people have had BGs where they just open up with somebody and then just murk them in the opener and they're just like, oh, this is easy. So you basically just revert back from a good player down to like back to like the days of Classic where you click in your abilities. Because rogues back then could click through the full rotation back burst. Remember that one that CC Chains Rogue had with the prep? Cheap shot, kidney shot, blind, sap. Cheap shot, kidney shot, with, of course, with prep. Blind, sap, cheap shot, kidney shot, you were done. You literally could just click through it. So maybe that's what Rogues are gonna revert back to. Like, it's so easy. Tasty getting knocked down with that big convoke. Frozen taking him out. And that's gonna be Jesse up next as a Boomy. Maybe getting this interrupt off. Does not get the interrupt off. And that's gonna be Frozen with a cycle trying to get away from Jesse. Is trying to get the instacast in there. Why are you calling me out, Dal? Bro. I'm just saying, I've seen rogues, sub-rogues in particular, blow their cooldowns a lot more ever since they got 100% crit Lego, and make like very, very basic mistakes. Like rogues are literally trinketing saps. So it just makes you think like, did rogues just lose everything they know how to do normally? Or what? I just feel like when you, people get the 100% crit Lego, go through like a really simple rotation with all the cooldowns in the open, and they're like, game is easy. And they just get those one shots, but like, what if you don't get the one shot? What if you get interrupted? It's like, I've been only one shotting. Nobody's ever trinketed. Bash on a Jesse. Frozen might actually be able to take him out. Super low himself. The Blue might be able to come back here though. Big Bear form is pulsating with blue. Gonna be a, oh no, Jesse. He has caught the, he did catch the res. He might be able to take down the res before Frozen comes back. No, it doesn't look like he does. Frozen does come back really, really low. Gets a stun onto Jesse, but still basically dead unless Jesse makes a mistake. Thorns is up, and that's going to be the Feral down for the count. Etchy up next and last on team 2. Ooh, also got that nice mark. Big kick onto Jesse. Taking him out is going to be him versus A-Bomb in a 1v1. All the cooldowns available. 51% dampening. 0 healing up. Etchy popping off every defensive available. Karmad into A-Bomb without Zuen and the images with big mastery. Actually, big damage at the end there. Humongous damage. Very well played. Very, very well played. Convoke OP. Convoke is really, really strong. Yeah, Convoke is really, really strong. Yeah. Alright, boys. Let's get another one going, yeah? Let's get another one up and running, boys. Hey, Banana Raccoon is up around. He does not join the duels. I guess he's trying to kill arenas, maybe? Looks like he is, maybe. Looks like he is. We are 9, 8, 9. 9. Okay, cool. Perfect. Good duel. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. We gotta get Anthrax and Prager in here. I don't know if Lenovo's coming back or not. Maybe not. Here we go. Anthrax. Oh, Lenovo, I don't think I ever made a group. Lenovo, do you have a group? Jesus ready, so we get Jesus versus somebody. Zakari still ready, 5v5. We could get Zakari and Jesus, and then maybe like Anthrax and Cryzer, because I don't think they've ever actually played. Switch it around a bit. Can't find it? It's LFG, my guy. EU. Today is Friday, so we're doing EU duels. Join in there, we're full. Alright, nice. Sounds good, man. You can also trinket the stun. Rogue doesn't make does not make them any less OP. You can also trinket and stun the rogue. I guess you could, yeah. I don't know. It was there was a tweet that what's his, who was it that tweeted? It's a hunter, like a popular one, famous PvP hunter. Dilly. I think it was Dilly. It was either Dilly or somebody else. I think it was Dilly though. Dilly Poo. Is that something about like people saying the rogues are OP and whatnot? No, it was like a meme. It was like a meme post. It was like, a rogue opened on me and I didn't press my buttons and I didn't do anything and my team didn't help me and rogue killed me. Rogues are OP. Nerf from Blizzard. It's kind of trolling. Memeing. I don't know. I somewhat agree though. Switch. That's what I'm saying. It was going to be Kragar first up. I swoop into the wrong person every time. Looks like it's going to be a Pratascuro as a Shadow Priest versus Kragar. Does Kragar know how to deal with these guys? I guess we'll see. If Fury Warrior is decimating quite a bit of damage to the Pret, that's going to be a big stump. Pret got himself a big haze buff. Kragar actually choosing to trinket. Does he have a reflect for this? Looks like Pret is going to catch up on a lot of health. Void Torrent. Does Kragar go for an intro? Lots of damage out of that Shadow Priest without Void Torrent though. Big DPs are coming out back to back with Shadow Crashes. I think Kragar might have accidentally walked into Mind Games. I think that one might have gotten reflected back to Pret. Oh, that's actually so good if he did get it reflected. That's going to be a Interrupt onto Pret. Krager does break out of that fear. Berserker Rage. Pret still has so much damage available either way. Krager just needs to kind of turn up the damage himself. Try to see if he might be able to interrupt a heal. Big condemn execute onto that Shadow Priest at the end. Very well played. And the Rogue opens up with the Kyrian. Oh my god, into a fear, immediately trinketed. If Krager has a stun, this could be punishing the Rogue. That's going to be evasion though for the Rogue. I don't know if Krager can really do much. Trying to see if he can take this up as best as possible. Take the Rogue to his team. Maybe he lives the cheap shot. Maybe lives the skinny shot. Does he get himself any heals? Does get a condemn, reducing Rogue's damage for a second. The Rogue catches advantage just to go for a 100% crit opener there. And Alfera should be able to take the Rogue out with the big haunt. Does go for a blade dance to follow. The Rogue actually has nothing left for this except for Cloak of Shadows, which does break the damage of the haunt into a stun out of the Metamorphosis. Rogue is still alive somehow. Maybe it's a self-heals while Shadow Dance is up, but Rogue literally went for a vanish. And a shadowy duel, Alfera actually had a little bit of stealth. The Rogue literally went for a vanish just to get a Shadow Check or an Eviscerate onto Kragar just to secure that kill. Hateful is going to be up next with some big damage. Alfera getting hit with a Blaze Storm right now. Not all he can really do about it except for trusting in the darkness. Has immunity if he needs to. That's going to be his survivability here, but Hateful I think is going to be able to take down the Seed before Alfera makes a comeback though. It looks like Hateful. Does he have the damage? He does have the damage, taking it out. I love seeing them warriors in these duels, boys. Another Demon Hunter up next with Idissa with a fear to follow from Hateful. Yo, that Mog looks so good. Did he go get the full? Is that the PvP set? I think that might be the rival set, isn't it? It looks so good, and he's carrying too. Stormbolt under Illy trinkets out of it. Hateful into defensive stance, trying to live the Demon Hunter into a stun by the H. I-beam from a distance goes for the hunt. Hateful does leap away, but the dot from the hunt is going to do a lot of damage. Hateful does try to see if he can get himself a defensive up and running, but not much you can really do in that situation. And Manetho is going to be up next. Man, this duel is going through very, very quickly, very bursty. It just shows you just how bursty this expansion has been so far, which I really don't mind. I actually kind of like it. Manetho does go for a Mind Games with Ilidissa and is going to hit him with a stun. Mind Blast from afar. Illy does have to drop down Darkness, but Manetho is super far at range. He can just do anything he wants to do. The Demon Hunter, was that a double Darkness just now? Did he just make 2 Darknesses happen? Huh? What is that? Try to see if you can get away from the Shadow Priest. Not much you can really do in that situation. And it looks like it's going to be a stake. Up next is a Balanced Druid. Does he get a silence on Manetho? He doesn't get a silence. He doesn't get the intro, but there is a silence in the area. Bash into Manetho, trick us out of it. Convoke Spirit is coming out for stake. Does Manetho have the open? Oh my god! A Balanced Druid with Convoke, and if you don't have a way to stop it, you're done! Star Sword just came out back to back. I mean, the Shadow Priest couldn't even react fast enough. Again, I just talked about this game is extremely bursty. And these might be some of the burstiest classes we have ever seen, boys. Some of the burstiest classes we've ever seen. The Rogue opening up with a Shadow Strike. Thorns immediately available for stake. Is going to go for a Roar. Going to be a Cloak of Shadows for Alf Star X. Cheap shot onto stake. Does he go for a Vanish stake? He hasn't done yet. Trying to make some damage happen. Going to be knocked out by stake for a second. Trying to stay in barrel form. That's going to be a reset and a blind for Alf. His stake has an answer for the next go. He might have Barkston up for the next go, actually. Just trying to pop into cat form into a stealth. Trying to see if he can get some cooldowns back. Alf, if he AoEs right now, he'll definitely get him out. Wait, it looks like he actually has some kind of a dots on him. Does Rogue have dots? Try to swap to the Rogue. He doesn't have any more dots. If he had any, he got him out now. Oh, that's a good look at Saturn Night Elf, dude. That looks so good. It looks so good. He got a backpack too. Looks like he's about to travel in a mansion, dude. Like Luigi's Haunted Mansion. He's looking to camp out there for a day or two. Looking to get that eye. It looks like it's going to be a stake. Out of stealth for a second. They get an AoE out. Get a dots to the Alf. Going to be a kidney shot. Does he go for a Barkston? Does get the Barkston up and running. Alf has a lot of damage in the open. A cheap shot to follow. Does he get the damage in? It looks like he had the damage necessary. Trial is going to be up next. Getting a chain heal up and running himself. As an Ellie Shaman. I don't know if the chain heal does anything. Maybe he has a Lego where he can chain heal and lightning bolt. Maybe that's what he's playing, is a chain heal Lego, chain heal lightning bolt Lego, chain heal chain lightning Lego. Maybe that's, is that what's going on? Maybe. He keeps casting chain heal. Interesting. I do want to see what kind of Lego he's got going on. I'm very interested. Sap onto Troll. It looks like Alf is going to have to wait a bit. Trell does have a knockback, has a trinket if necessary. Alf's coming in without a lot of his CDs back up. And Trell trying to go for another chain heal. Does the rogue let him do it? There's going to be kidney shot. Does go for the Kirin. Should be able to shadow step into a shadow strike. There's going to be the earth elemental available. Hex onto the rogue. Trinket's that stun into a hex. And Trell trying to get himself a big Stormkeeper up and running onto Alf. Cloak of Shadows available for the rogue. Does go for a Shadow Mill for a second. That's going to be big crit, but big damage for the Shaman. Cloak of Shadows coming out so late. And the rogue goes in for a vanish into a blind. Wait. Did he vanish and just still have dots on him? Looks like he does. The Earth Elemental is not letting him go anywhere. Does the Earth Elemental get a second stun on the guy? It's going to be a kidney shot onto... Oh, lasso to the end. I think it's going to be over. Unless Alf has something left up his sleeve. Cheap shot. There's a Fire Elemental's out. Meteor comes crashing down. Man, these are some of the burstiest classes I've ever seen, boys. Holy crap. Everybody got at least one, at most one kill. Not at least, at most. That is crazy, dude. Instant Chain Lightning. Is that the place I use playing for Chain Lightning so you can heal, chain? I've played around with that legendary back in the beta just for funsies. As Elemental, you could technically just do it forever. I don't know if it'll be good in single target though, but maybe it is. Maybe it's a lot of self heals available. Athaman, got a group ready. Hell yeah, my dude. Let's get you up and running in here, guy. I was really bursty, boys. I was really bursty. But you see that rogue? Not trying to put the rogue on blast, but like he vanished just to get that kill on Kragar. Like he could have played it a little bit more carefully and could have had a because he opened up with immediate Kyrian ability, which Kragar leapt out as soon as he saw, right? And then Rogue had to actually burn a lot of his mobility and went for a cheap shot into kidney shot on Kragar, and Kragar just wasn't dying. Like the Rogue already blew his load and wasn't even near Kragar. By the time he did have a lockout, he didn't have anything. So the Rogue is making like these very basic mistakes that if he didn't have that 100% crit Lego, like anybody else, any other expansion, mop, just think of mop, Rogue making that kind of mistake. You're dead on sight. You don't survive that opener. You thought you came in and you were going to have the advantage. You just shot yourself in the foot. You know what I mean? I really wish I could get these all... Like, it's so much easier to see when it's so dark like this. You know what I mean? Just me? Is it just me or just me? There we go. Look at that. It's so much nicer. Okay, so who's up next? Because I know Jesus wants to go. Zikari, 1v5 Inc. Really? I think we're going to throw you versus Zatho. And Jesus and Anthrax play each other. Maybe I'll do Jesus, Zikari, then Atho, and Anthrax. I think I'm going to do it like that. Because Anthrax went against Kragar just now, right? No, we'll do Atho versus Chrysler. Unless Chrysler and him on the same team. Just so I can have you guys playing different people. Zikari and Jesus. I don't think those two duel each other, so we'll be okay. And you're looking for a filler? There we go, boys. There we go. LFG Customs, man. Ashmain Fall. Let's go. Does Master Assassin work during Shadowlands? The legendary, you mean? If you're talking about 100% crit Lego, no, that's not stealth. It's only hard stealth, like opener stealth or vanish stealth. That's where it works. It doesn't work during dance. It wouldn't be OP if it worked during dance. Wait, is his Lego? Was it his Lego 100% crit Lego? Yeah, it's really strong. The nerve, the Kyrian, and the Reverberation Conduit, right? The nerve, the Kyrian ability for Rogue Conduit damage in PvP. The base ability still does a lot of damage, but the Conduit itself does less damage in PvP. Mostly because sub-rogues just kind of go for the 100% crit opener. As you see, the rogues open up with the Shadow Strike, Kyrian, Eviscerate, Mark for the Eviscerate, and most classes, if you don't know how to react to it, die immediately. And I think maybe you just run into a couple of noobs here and there that don't really know what to do, and they're like, oh, rogues are OP. And then your rogue just gets so used to just, oh, the rogue is so easy. You just kind of lose, like, your knowledge, your skills in a way. Switch. It softens you, right? The easy kills just softens you in the end. We got ourselves team 1 with Chrysler on the team. We got ourselves Gak, who's going to be our first. We got ourselves Tamsin, Yandex, and Avro. Yeah, Avro. That'll be close enough. It's going to be Dauk. Going to be up next with a G-Pie onto Gag. Is going to go for a big combustion immediately. Going to be immediate diffuse magic. Trick it for the Hook right now. Trying to continue the combustion damage. Does Gag go for a Karma? He might just have to do. Could maybe ice block it. Actually, just kind of going for that good Karma, good heal. They were going to take a lot of damage to this Karma, but all the time is available is going to get all the health back. Gag now is actually out of defenses. The Ook is out of offensive, trying to go for doorway shadows, does get interrupted, so fire damage and polys can actually just go through. The Ook taking lots of damage now. Icebug before the cauterize comes out, so maybe a little bit too early, maybe a little too late. Too early feels like. Touch of death. Oh, he actually died to a touch of death. He died just now through a touch of death, but the cauterize gave him the health. Oh, that is so weird. Gag just had his touch of death stolen from him, and that's gonna be full regenerating. Oh my god, this mage is just a live lord. Cauterize survived him from touch of death. Then you also have regenerating him, and alter time give you all that health back. I feel like this guy, and I think he might be running the legendary where you can't break out of roots, so there's nothing you can really do. Does go for a CC chain onto Gag, needs a couple more Fire Blast, or Phoenix Flames to make this happen. Gag is just continuing doing damage to Dawook and doing damage back to himself, but Dawook might still go down either way. Big Fist of Fury and Gag barely, it takes him out. On the other team, we also got an Etchy in the back. We got ourselves Stormclaw, we got ourselves Frozen, and Crowell, as Gag takes out the first person of that team, the Mage. Man, I mean, that Mage lived 3 times. 3 times. No, twice. No, 3 times. Well, he recovered 3 times, I guess. Lived twice, I guess. In a way. He lived until he didn't, I guess is the best way to put it. Etchy is going to be up next. Monk versus Monk. Oh, I like it. I like your weapons. It's not daggers. They look like daggers, but they're swords. But I like them. They're like from Hellfire, I think. But it's going to be Gag trying to get some images up and running onto Etchy, who is going to go for a Ring of Peace. Not playing good karma. I think Gag might be playing good karma. So his heal is going to be huge with that good karma. Etchy better watch out for his health, especially with karma. Might be a good idea to karma high so you don't lose too much health, because you won't get a lot of it back. Gag trying to recover a little bit of health. In cap onto Etchy with a leg sweep. Etchy does not go for a trinket at all. Zuen is going to be coming out as Weapons of Order is coming in for Gag. Etchy goes in for a leg sweep. Gag does not have a way out of it. Etchy got himself full damage available with Big Fist of Fury. Going to be a karma all by both of them. But Gag has the healing good karma available. Big karma burned through though. Karma just completely got burned through. He's still melting. Wait, does he live? He survives barely. He survives barely. I'm going to skip the song, but he survives barely. How did that happen? I don't understand. I actually don't understand. Yo, we gotta switch up the mix, boys, if you don't mind. Back to the duels mix. Back to basics. Beautiful. Gag getting an in cap onto Frozen. Is gonna hit him with a Fist of Fury as Barskin does come out for the Feral. And that's gonna be a main. Gag so far has been pretty survivable. Does he get the interrupt on Convoke? He does. He won't be seeing a karma anytime soon unless Gag can get the hell out of it with mobility. He's in a bad spot unless if Fist of Fury comes back up somehow. And the bleeds do take him out as Frozen takes the cake. And that's going to be Tamsin up next from one Monk to another 4-team-1 into Alexi with Frozen. He does get a pre-Thorns. Tamsin does get Weapons of Order as well. Big Fist of Fury and Frozen. I think he's just going to be done unless he's not just dead yet. He's not frozen dead meat yet. He's still lively. For a guy named Frozen, he's actually very mobile. He ain't freezing. He knows how to react to the situation. Tamsin just needs himself just a little bit more pressure onto Frozen. And Frozen without a Convoke, unless he goes for a big stun setup, I think it might be lights out. Does try to go for big damage, but looks like the cheat death comes in. The seed, I don't think it's going to keep you alive as Tamsin is focused on that seed. That's going to be another one. Bites the dust on team 2 with Crowell. As a Monk going in next, it's going to be Shadowy Duel with Tamsin. Is going to be able to take him out with just 2 globals. After the kidney shot, like Little Kidney, 2 abilities, dead. And he had Shadowy Duel to make sure he's obscured from everyone's duel. No one got to see that win. No one got to see that kill. All they saw is Cromwell jumping on top of Tamsin, disappear, and only a body, lifeless, reappears. That's really cool RP. If this is the D&D game, that would have been a really cool RP. That means we got Assassin and Miss Boys. And Kryze is going to have to see if he can deal with an Assassin. Try to go for a Shadow. Ooh. I was about to say Shadow Meld. I wanted to say Shadow Meld for some reason. But it's going to be stuck in the CC. Big hands will flying in Cromwell's face. He is going to Cloak of Shadows. Going to be a big board for Kryze as Cromwell looking to get the hell away from all those spells. Does burn advantage for that though. It looks like the dots are off. Kryzer hasn't used a human racial there at all. So if Kryzer can stop the next opener, Crowell might be in a tough spot. There is blind available for Crowell, so he could go for another reset. And Kryzer will always have that succubus as a reset for him. Every single time. Unless Crowell can interrupt the succubus or find a way to obscure the succubus away from him and Kryzer. Like maybe a smoke bomb. He doesn't roll smoke bomb. So maybe a smoke bomb will be able to play. Chrysler trying to be proactive, picking up the eyes. Crowell just positions a little bit closer to Chrysler. Does get the sap. Succubus trying to make a play. Succubus is inside of a smoke bomb, though. Trinket's out of it. Chrysler is going to trinket out of that. Shadow Fury onto Crowell. Needs to get the dots up and running. Soul Rot to follow. Blind to Chrysler. As long as the pet is there, it should be able to do some damage and keep Crowell slowed. Crowell trying to see if he can reposition to another pillar, but the slow from the pet is already out. The dots are there. And if Chrysler could just stop the rogue from re-stealthing, can prevent him from resetting, he'll be in a good spot. Rain of Fire, maybe that'll help. The pet is getting absolutely decimated right now, though. Chrysler might need to set up a new pet, though. And Crowell does burn a dance just to try to take the pet out. Succubus is still in play for now. Going to be a port for Chrysler. Mark for Earth available onto Chrysler. He needs a new pet. Does get the dot stuck onto Crowell, though. Is going to have a quick summon Succubus. Succubus on one side, Warlock on the other. Succubus CC, and Chrysler is going to have the opener here. The Rogue was not able to catch a proper reset. Does he go in? Does he go for a reset? So Rod is going to be up on Crowell. That's a lot of dots. That's going to be Warlock as the kidney shot comes out. He's not even able to get a lot of damage onto Chrysler. Does go for a shadowy duel. Chrysler, does he see him? He does see him. Getting those scum flags in there. And I think Crowell might be done. Does go for a bit of a reheal. Succubus on one side. Catches a reset for a second, but the dots should get him out. No! Somehow he does catch a reset. The dots were burning on him. The immolation was on him still. Was it not? Was it a trick of the eye? And looks like Crowell is going to be able to get the advantage back up very, very soon. That's incredible. Crowell actually did pull off a reset. The eyes are up, and that's going to be the reset. The crit is gone. Succubus CC stops him. Cloak of Shadows is there. He can use it if he wants to Chrysler. If he gets CC chain, he'll be in a good spot. Shadow Fury doesn't land. Does land before the... Oh, there goes the cheat death. Cloak of Shadows coming out, and as long as Succubus can keep him in combat. Vanish does come in. Does Crowell go for another reset? Chrysler's eyes are down. Does go for a port. He needs to somehow get Crowell out. Crowell does get himself a slice and dice, which I think gives him the extra healing. I didn't think about it. A defensive slice and dice, which is really, really strong. But I won't be seeing that until Draven and Ventir. He's just sitting next to Chrysler. Does get him in sap. He knows the Succubus is going to be there to stop him. He doesn't really have the Cloak of Shadows. But Chrysler might be close enough to the Succubus. Getting a shot. Let's just stop the Succubus. Succubus CC comes in. Crowell trinkets out of it. Mortal Coil sends him in no direction. No trinket available for this one. Fear. And he doesn't have any resets anymore. If Chrysler can get him in the setup, he might be good. Big Caswell slamming him down. Does get the dots up and running with an immolation. That's going to be a Succubus on one side getting a slow into Cromwell. Cromwell. Not Cromwell. Might be. This rogue is really desperate looking for a reset. He needs one right now. Going for a Shadow Strikes onto the Succubus. Trying to stay alive as best as he can. Get a shot at Succubus. That's going to become flagged by Chrysler. And I think the rogue might be outski. If the dots hold, looks like he's trying to catch a reset. I swear he caught a reset and there's dots. Does he just have another? He must have another buff. He must have like the absorb when you catch a re-stealth. I don't know. I don't ever see an absorb every time he catches a re-stealth. The Succubus is going to get the rogue back out again. Again, just cannot get himself a proper opener. He needs that 100% crit. He hasn't been able to make a clean play at all. Shadow Fury right after. Cataclysm, and that's gonna be lights out. The rogue tried so hard to catch a reset, boys. Gotta give him some credit for trying to go for clean resets. He got two of them that I thought should not been able to, because he had fire on him, green fire, and he's in stealth. How are you on fire and you're in stealth? That just shouldn't work. If you're on fire, you shouldn't be in stealth. Period. But he caught two of them. Chrysler was able to deal with it. Succubus is a huge play. Did not interrupt Succubus ever. If you got one interrupt on it, I think he might have been okay. And that's going to be Stormclaw up next. Got himself Incarnation rolling. Trinkets out of this for a Fear to follow. That's going to be Chaos Bolt for free. Big damage on the Stormclaw. Does he survive Chrysler's assault here, though? It's going to be a Succubus as well as Infernal on the other side. Succubus gets up with a roll for second. Stormclaw is not in a good position at all. Try to see if he might be able to juke to the other side. Does not have dots on him. Succubus could see him right now, actually. Yes, he lands it. Why is that in cat form? Stormclaw wasn't paying attention to the Succubus cast at all. And that should be a Casbolt heard around the world. With the Cataclysm, I think it's over. Chrysler making a comeback against all these rogues, dude. Or the one rogue, really. One rogue. But maybe one rogue is one too many. That rogue tried so hard. He did get one kill, but he tried so hard against Chrysler, dude. You gotta interrupt the Succubus. You got to position your smoke bomb a little bit better, because he's dropped smoke when riding Succubus. It's like if you were just a little off, you would have been alright. That's so tough, dude. That is tough. That's just really tough. Alright, let's get another one going. Yeah, boys? Zikati? Was he part of that group? Wait, did I just do... That wasn't Atho and Chrysler, was it? Is Chrysler not elite anymore? What is Zikati? Hold on. Is Zikari... I'm so lost, dude. Etchy. Okay, so it was Zikari as well as Jesus. So Zikari is lead of that group. So Christ is no longer lead. Kraga has a group, so I guess we'll do... Kraga played against Anthrax, right? So Anthrax or Kragar can go against Athaman then. Because Zikari and Kraga played each other? I don't think they have. So we'll do it like this, right? We'll do it like this. Put Jesus on the side. We'll do Zikari and Kragar. Yeah. I think that's how we'll do it for now. Because Kraga and Anthrax play... Yeah, okay. They did. I try to make sure to run over my head to make sure Kragar did play recently and Anthrax did play recently. And they did play recently, both of them. There's a 50-50. I think I'll put Zikari against Kragar because I think that'll be a pretty good matchup, and we'll leave Jesus like out here. And we'll figure out who Jesus is fighting. Possible off-healing should duel first. Well, nobody's off-healing in these duels, but like classes that can heal immune, right? Copy Fiend. Oh, we got boys back in here. Kieran Flask. So Kieran Flask does not take off magic effects if you read the ability. So the Kieran Flask wouldn't take off magic effects unless it gives him like a shield. If it gives him a shield, I think he could stay in stealth with a shield. But it didn't look like he had any shield on him because you would see it in the health bar. I don't care about what you how to get the mustache right now. You just gotta get lazy and let it grow. And it's all about the length. It's all about the length. And once you have the length, you should get yourself some mustache wax and start grooming it in a direction you want it to go. It's not gonna happen over time. And it's gonna look silly for a little bit. There's gonna be that awkward period for like 2, 3, 4 weeks. But you just gotta get lazy and just not worry about it. Once it's long enough. That's the play. Thank you so much, I appreciate it. 11 on that one. Oh my god, we got so many of these in here. Jellyfy is already popping in. I don't have my video ready yet. Okay, cool. Now we're good. Okay, switch. We got ourselves Jellyfy going to be going up first, already attacking Alistar. Thorns are up, and Alistar trying to make that two-hand Frost DK work. Big Claymore, obliterating at Jellyfy, trying to bust through the Thorns. It looks like he's doing a good job stunning Jellyfy. That's going to be late trinket with a maim. Stuns Jellyfy while low. The wall is up, and Jellyfy should be able to get a couple heals. That's going to be Ursul's is going to force Alistar back in, unless he had Death's Advance. I think Death's Advance would take you out of that yoink. Because that's technically like a Typhoon like knockback ability. Or like a grip. I think. Maybe it wouldn't. There's going to be a big hand coming out for Alistar. He didn't think he would have to use it. But he must go out. All out. Just this once. He got the big Maldraxxus hand, but looks like Jellyfy is going to line it. That hand hurts, by the way. It's going to continuously grip you in. Not super obnoxious as it used to be on beta, but still pretty regular. And it's just so much damage. You just got to pop a defensive for it. It's 2-minute cooldown. It's nutty. He does so much, but line deciding it, I guess, is a nice play. Jellyfy does have Thorns back up. Alistar doesn't want to really deal with the Thorns. Going to be a stun on Jellyfy. It's just going to keep him at bay. No, he's actually going to get back in. AMS is available. Got some cooldowns with a pillar. Should be able to get a bunch of obliterates back to Jellyfy, back to back. Big bite onto Alistar. He himself is not doing that good. And a final brutal slash is going to take him out with Manetho up next as a Shadow Priest. We also got ourselves on this team. We got ourselves Hateful. We got ourselves Protescuro as well as Anthraxartech X. That's a lot of words. A-bomb on this team. We'll taste in the back. We got Athaman making a calm. Oh my god, look at it a little bit. I never see you were on that Mog Atham. Looks good though. But it's going to be Jellyfy trying to go for a bit of a setup onto Manetho. Mind Games is going to be out and is going to try to go for Void Eruption. Does not have Instacast Void Eruption. So that's not an on-town he uses. I do wonder what he runs as an on-town instead. Oh, Manetho, are you Void Shift? Don't... Shadow Priest said tank enough. You don't need to use Void Shift. We should make it so Void Shift, don't use it. Void Shift, you're not allowed to use it. Because Priest used to be really squishy and we're like, okay, BFA, they don't live long enough, we'll let them Void Shift. Because that's what you would use in arenas. But Manetho, Void Shift, that might have been an on-town, kind of wasted. I do need to update the rules on Discord, don't I? I do need to update them. That's going to be an opener by Jellyfy onto Manetho with a fear to follow. It's going to get a Skull Bash immediately, and that's going to be a big Convoke Spirits Manetho. Oh my goodness. Skull Bash into a Shadow Lock-in, silence or do nothing as Jellyfy. You just went in for the Convoke. And that's going to be a Protescuro up next, going in for big damage immediately. Got himself a big haze buff as soon as possible, getting locked out, but Jellyfy on Shadow. Big bite to follow. Man, these bites are really killer. Into a reopener, another re-stealth, reopen, re-bite again. They decide to put up Ursul's above his head, maybe, just for funsies. He just like leaves. Just a cat playing with leaves, you know what I mean? Still big bites of Prosecutor. Another intro. Proto might not be in that good of a spot right now. Does go for a stun on Jellyfy, trying to get as much health as he can with Shadow Mends. And you might just need to go for big offensives with... Oh, Void Shorin. Does he get interrupted? He looks like he doesn't get interrupted, but does stop it early to get himself Vampiric Embrace available. Is going to be able to catch up a bunch of health. Jellyfy maybe looking for a reset. Does go for an interrupt as Proto looked for maybe a repositional with Shadow, Doorway of Shadows into a big stun maim onto Proto. Pretty obscure. I keep missing your name. I'm so sorry. Shadow Mends is enough. It's not going to be enough. It's Jellyfy taking him out. Big ol' buys back to back, and Hateful as an arms warrior is going to be up next. Ooh, that actually looks like a good mod with a back piece, by the way. It looks so good. And it's got fur in it. That's what my favorite part is, fur. This is going to be a bar skin for Jellyfy. It's Hateful immediately trinketed out of that opener with a Stormbolt onto Jellyfy. That's going to be that Kyrian Spear. That's just going to... Jellyfy has nowhere to go. Trying to wall his damage with Thorns, trying to see if he can reverse damage back to Hateful. That's going to be big old parry available. Jellyfy not in a good spot. Executed, but that's going to be the C trying to keep him alive, but it's not going to be enough. Hateful got enough rage in him. Taking out the Feral, that big, spiking him with a Bastion Spear into a Blaze Storm. The Feral has nowhere to go. He actually has nowhere to go. Just gonna hit him with a Blaze Storm so you can't get CC'd. It's actually nutty. You have to get either aggressive or super defensive. On Copy Fiend, as an Enhanced Shaman is gonna be up next. Got the Ghost Wolves up and running pretty early. Versus Hateful. Big Ascendance coming out. With a Fear, Copy is gonna trick it out immediately into a Disarm by the Warrior. Copy actually kind of missing out on some of the casts he can do. Storm Bolt onto Copy. As Hateful trying to get more damage in while he's got it. This is going to get hit Copy Fiend with a slow. Missing the Sundering into a Shadow Meld for a second, but I think the Flame Shock is going to get him out. And Copy is trying to stand next to his Kyrian Totem as best as possible. Going to be that Spear coming in, and Copy is just not even going anywhere. Trying to heal up as much as he can while Wall is up and running. Hateful take quite a bit of damage from this. Can he somehow turn it around versus Copy? Reflect is available. And Hateful needs himself some healing. There's going to be Commanding Shout in the minute CD. Is going to give him a little bit of health. Stormbolt and Copy. Does Hateful maybe get some damage? Offenses to work with here. Is going to be Warbreaker. Charged away, or leapt away into a charge. It looks like Copy is going to be able to get just enough healing in order to survive it. Anthrax is going to be up next. Getting a shot onto Copy. The Shadow Strikes are flying and does get the Eviscerate at the very end. Did use the Kyrian ability there too. And that's going to be Death and Decay getting him caught out. No! Did the dots catch him out? A-Bomb catch him out maybe? That's going to be Flash Grip for A-Bomb. Actually, A-Bomb could have went for the hand, and that would get the Rogue out from stealth. If you guys didn't know, the Maldraxxus hand does get people out of stealth, which is super giga unfortunate. Extra unfortunate. But Antrix is trying to see if he can wait out A-Bomb for a bit. For now. As we are at 6 minutes. Wow, this duel has been really bursty. Does get the Rogue out. There's going to be stunned by the pet. Trinket for Antrax. As he's got himself every defensive available. Cloak Shot as well as evasion. The big hand comes out for A-Bomb. Antrax has no way out of this situation. Blind into A-Bomb, but is the hand grip? Looks like the hand cannot grip if he is stunned or CC'd. Otherwise, the hand would have gripped him over and over. So that is the play, to CC the DK, and then the hand does nothing. I understand. That's actually a big play. Because I always have struggled with the hand, but next time I'll just gouge him as an outlet. What do I have? Dots? I do actually have dots. One weapon does it, but dots. I think Antrax might be going down here. I think that Holy DK, the might with that pet is too much. And if you don't get a proper opener and sub, you're just out. Jelly, though, came in. And he got some sweet, sweet Alliance Jelly in his... Actually, he's Alliance himself, isn't it? So it's kind of effed up. But he's got that Team 1 Jelly in his belly. He's a pretty happy cat. Did a lot of damage. That was really well played. Big burst out of that guy. Dumpster to Shadow Priest. Convoke, man. It's huge. Alright, let's get another one going, boys, yeah? Let's get another one up and running, boys. SL 11, 12. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna go crazy in this one. Sounds good. Let me check real quick the... We got a ping. Okay. Okay, one of the guys that we will be raiding with, it looks like tonight. And we've been raiding a lot tonight. Wow. Another paladin cleared a mythic dungeon. Dude, paladins are clearing mythic dungeons like no other, even though they got nerfed recently on it. Absolutely crazy. That's actually insane. That's actually insane. That's crazy. Alrighty, let's get another going. I said it was going to be Arthur and Antric just played. Well, Athman didn't really get to play, did he? Well, his team got to play, but Ath himself didn't. We're going to go with Zikari and Kragar. Did those two get to play, actually? Zikari and Kragar. I think it was Zikari and Jesus just now, before that. Okay, Zikari and Kragar, and then we'll figure out where we go with Athaman. Maybe Atha versus Jesus or somebody. I stream in raid? Probably not. No, I streamed the raid Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, I took a day off and I decided not to stream the raid. And, I mean, we're kind of overtiming, right? So, I'll probably stream the progression of, like, Tuesday, Wednesday raids. But that's probably the only days I'll stream the raid. Because I feel like I'm a pretty busy guy as is. Like, the reason we have 2-hour-long streams is because I am editing the rest of the time. You know what I mean? Or playing the game to collect footage, or playing the game just to have some fun. You know what I mean? So, probably not. Maybe I'll change my mind. There's like a, what, 2% chance I'll change my mind if I had to give you guys a number. But probably not. Let me get another one running here, boys, yeah? Alrighty, we got ourselves the boys. Which? Oh, no, I messed up already. You guys are gonna have to re-whisper me if you have a group. Re-whisper me real quick, EU, if you already have a group. Alright, we got ourselves Etchi on the team 1 with Dauk as a fire mage, Quad as a shadow priest. We got us as Frozen and Lenya. You guys might have to come down. You can't stay up here. You're gonna get zapped. So come down where the shadow priest is going. Yeah, you guys are all getting zapped. Frozen. Oh, it looks like it's gonna be Etchi already getting opened up on by third Treti. This is gonna be the Feral. In Russian, called as third. Instant karma on those thorns as he has weapons of war to try to see if he can catch up to Treti. Looks like the Pharaoh is going to be able to get out of there just fine. And it's going to go for a bit of a reset. Kyrian versus Kyrian here. So Treti actually has a pretty decent setup, but I think Etchi got a way better setup because he can just take off the bleeds with a Kyrian potion. Looks like this is exactly what he's going to do here, unless he's going for another honor talent. Just if you're surrounding Treti, is he going to take a lot of damage, try to see if he can leap out of there. He's going to go for big heals just now. Is he bear from? He has to be. Treti taking lots of damage though. Zwen is clawing at him. So the tricky coming out for Etchi just to take down the Feral Druid. But it's going to be Kata as a Boomy up next on Team Kraga. I haven't seen Kata in a bit, man. This man should be blasting. Going to be immediate diffuse magic for Etchi. It's looking for a bit of a line of sight away from Kata, who's just sprinting over there, just trying to get the Star Surges in. There's no way this man is not playing Night Fate. There's no way this man is not playing Convoke. He has to be. Big leg sweep onto Kata. Does Barik, and Etchi decides, you know what? I'm going to give him a bit of a back massage. That Barik looks a little bit tough there, man. Let me try to see if I can soften it up a little bit. Thorns are up for Kata as he just doesn't like getting touched. Try to go for a Typhoon onto Etchi. Still, all he can do is just maintain the dots onto the monk. Still trying to catch up to him. In cap, Etchi does not have a leg suit, but might be able to lock him down with this. If you're going to be a Rude, as well as the Silence, he's got to have the big go here. Has himself Incarnation ready. Star Surge is only 2 needed. And took out Etchi. Quad is going to be up next. The shot up trying to go for Mind Games and Kata taking a lot of damage. Oh my god. Quad had a big hit for him, didn't he? Humongous hit. Kata even had a renewal, so he didn't get to use one of his cooldowns, which is a little bit rough. Ili Don God X. That's what his name is? I can't mess up his name so hard. Oh my god, I can swap to the right person for the life of me. It is Ili Don God X, isn't it? Stun onto Quad. Is he going to go for the big Haunt? Going to be a stun? Trinkets out of it? Does he have the Interrupt available for this? He doesn't have Interrupt for now, so Quad actually can catch up on health. That's a lot of damage for him to deal with, but he can't catch up on health. And that's going to be Ibin burning through Quad. I don't know if he had Greater Fate. Looks like he had it on cooldown. Actually, looks like he got maybe Greater Fate and then pressed something else after. Because he didn't really get a lot of like, defensive play for it. Dauk going for that Alter Time is going to catch up on a lot of health back. Illidan God did go up in the air. He's just looking to get himself a little bit of reset while Dauk does have combustion. But Illidan just not want to stay anywhere near it. The images are up, going to slow Illidan God X a little bit. Darkness coming up for the Demon Hunter. Try to see if he can clip Dauk from afar with I-Beam. That's going to be a big kill from Catalyst, the Warlock on his team. Using the Warlock Healthstone. Ring of Frost trying to come out here. Does not land Ring of Frost. But it's going to be Doorway to Shadows next. Is going to be able to get away from Illidan for now. Trying to hit over the Mirrors of Torment, but it's going to be a quick imprison. And Dauk is going to Ice Block into a Nova. She'll be able to do quite a lot of damage. Looks like the Nova does not last long at all. And Illidan got X, trying to see if he might be able to catch out the final hit of Dauk. He does get it, just needs a little bit more damage to take him out. The I-Beam doing work into a stun as the blink comes out for Dauk. And Illidan got X does take him out. She'd be expecting the Feral. Is going to pour it away for a second. If the Axe Spectral side, he might be okay. Actually just trying to run away in front of the Feral. And should be able to get him out of stealth. It does deny the stun opener for Frozen. What? Did you just get zapped by something? I hope that didn't hit you damage-wise. I actually want you to look... What? No way. Wait, you actually did get zapped by that thing in the starting zone. That's messed up. Wait, Blizzard. Oh, Blizzard, you gotta fix that. Because God forbid a Demon Hunter does a rain from above near his base. It's just gonna zap him to death. That's not good. Big stun onto Illidan God X. As Nas does flip away into a stun, Illidan just needs a little bit more damage. Drops down Glaives to this and Nas. Oh, next to Frozen. Keep messing up his name, I'm so sorry. Does the Demon Hunter have enough damage here? Just try to stay in with Blur as best as he can. Doing what he can. Got himself a little bit of Immolation Aura. Gonna be Frozen not staying in that stun long at all, but I think the Bleeds are gonna have Illidan got X here. And down he goes. With Catalyst up next as a Warlock. Try to get the dots of Immolate onto Frozen. Does get it. That's going to be Infernal slamming down with the Shadow Fury right after. Should be a freebie Chaos Bolt. Actually, Frozen doesn't look like he ate that second stun at all. Was he DR'd? Must have been super DR'd then. Chaos Bolt off of that Mortal Call. That's going to be Catalyst with double Chaos Bolt into Frozen, who's going to wall up this damage as best as he can. Trigger from Catalyst into Fear onto Frozen on his Convoke, no less. With a Fear right after and a Chaos Bolt to end this game. Wait, no, it's not over just yet. He isn't gone just yet. He should be able to incinerate him down. Does take him out. Again, those pods are just so tough to target. Is it just me? They were willing to put a health bar on these things. You know what I mean? And Lenyo is going to get a leg sweep onto Catalyst. The succubus is he does stop the opener from the monk. And Catalyst is able to at least reposition. I think he did burn himself the heal just now. The Warlock Healthstone potentially. And Catalyst trying to get himself an Immolate up and running into Lenyo. It is going to be a Diffuse Magic. Catalyst can take the gateway, does take the gateway, doesn't have the gateway that knocks people up or anything. Trying to land a Fear onto Lenyo, does get the line inside. It should be able to get some freebie damage in. Lenyo having to run a long way in order to catch up to Catalyst. He does have the gateway or portal back up, so he might just port as soon as Lenyo comes down. It's going to be in cap, does not last long at all. Trying to go for an Incinerate into a Karma. And that's going to be a port back out for the Warlock. The Zoen does chase Catalyst. But Lenyo is completely unable to, with the Succubus CC just continuing to smack Lenyo around, keeping him slow. And that's going to be a Succubus CC Seduction right now. With a shot of Fury after that Chaos Bolt. Cataclysm into far. Lenyo trinketing, trying to go for the big old Hail Mary burst onto Catalyst. Can he do it? Mortal Coil running him in the other direction. Another Chaos Bolt is going to meet him head on. Fear almost made it out of the hands of Catalyst. And Lenyo does get a leg sweep rolling. No CC from Succubus just yet, walling this damage up. Does Lenyo have a way to catch back up to Catalyst? Catalyst probably didn't need to jib down just yet. He probably could have stayed up there for a while. That's going to be a portal use. He has to have a gateway if necessary. It's going to create himself another Hellstone if he might be able to here. Lenyo is still down below. Catalyst positions. Does he have the gateway to use here? He might be able to. In cap onto Catalyst. Lenyo still staying strong here, boys. Still hanging in there. Catalyst getting kind of low with those Fist of Fears. Does have a gateway. Lenyo looking to get it next to him with a Mortal Coil running him in the other direction. Fear to follow right after. No, wait. Fear? DR maybe? Did Fear not connect? Did Fear hit the wrong thing? But it's going to be that gateway for Catalyst. Doesn't have a way back up right now. Lenyo might have the play here. Another Fear by the Warlock with just a soft touch drain of life to drain some life from Lenyo, but not enough to break that Fear. That's going to be a couple more Incinerators getting thrown back at the Monk. I feel like the Monk still might be able to do it, boys. Succubus you see yet again. Oh my goodness. Chaos Balls. How many Chaos Balls has he eaten? He keeps healing through all those Chaos Balls. This man is just surviving at 80% dampening. We're about to hit that 8 minutes mark here, boys. So that's going to be a little bit rough. Karma. On to Catalyst. And Lenya. As long as he gets any value on that Karma, he might be okay. Because I think he's playing good Karma. Looks like Catalyst is going to drop down Big Infernal on him. That's going to be lots of damage available. Lenya is not in a good spot. That's going to be lots and lots of damage. And without our Karma, it's going to be bad. Vivify's is trying to come out. Catalyst has got himself some freebie damage on Lenya. Even those Incinerates just do a lot. It's at least going to light aside the Warlock. Second Infernal drops in. There's nothing you could do in that situation. Down goes the Monk with the Infernals coming in. I'm surprised not more of you guys play the Infernal play. But Dalaran got exit pretty good there as a Monk, actually. 2 kills, man. This is the only guy that got more than 1 kill. There we go, boys. Let's get another group up and running, yeah? Let's get another one up and running, boys. Atherman still has a group ready, my man. Yeah, you guys are gonna have to re-whisper me. Let's get Atherman here. Because I didn't have to reset my UI for that one. Because I pressed the wrong button. Maybe we can get Atherman versus Kragar as the duel. Dal, can you accept friends list? ILY. Is that your name, ILY, or is that just you saying, please accept me? I'll look for ILY. Oh, it works. Yeah, gotcha. If you have a group, man, I gotcha. So for future duels, you'll get you in. I'm a 187 Moonwalker. Oh, how to sign up for a fight? LFG. You just join in. You just join the groups. Jesus has a group. Ready? I guess we could do Atherman and Jesus. I don't know if those two played together. I don't think Ather and Jesus played each other yet. So let's do Ather and Jesus yet, for now. You might expect a match, Ather, man, and Jesus. Here we go. Horde Alliance, either one, man. As you can see, the duels, we have Hordes and Alliance for the duels. Empyrean Domain, we got the new one! Yo, we got the new arena. Hopefully this isn't buggy. Yo, this is the most beautiful arena ever, dude. Switch. Oh, it's a joy for me to introduce you guys to all the competitors in this beautiful arena. Look at this thing. Tiny pillars. All of you guys hate the pillar gameplay, so maybe these tiny pillars is exactly where we need to be going. Massive gong. Beautiful structures up in the sky. Elysium Hold way out there. This is gorgeous, dude. This is a gorgeous arena. So this one is kind of going to, I think, chuck you out. So try to stand next to the entrance where you spawn in, boys. We got ourselves A-Bomb on Team 1 with Atherman. Got ourselves Copyfiend in the back. Tasty as well as Hateful versus Team 2 with Pooza. We got ourselves Tamsin with Avror Close enough. Alistair coming down. I think these guys are going to kick you off of this area if you stay here. So just stay here, like at the very beginning, before the steps. Don't come down the steps. No, don't come down the steps. Don't come down the steps. Let's do that. It looks better if you're up on the steps. Yeah, there you go. Where A-Bomb is right now. Stay up here. If you're not dueling, stay in this this little triangle thing. Before those steps, Just so we know who's dueling. And it'll just have to be kind of janky. It will have to be a little janky like Mechagon Dungeon, but give each other some space, boys, okay? Give each other some space. Atherman first up versus Tamsin. Tamsin already popping off with the defensive. That's going to be his diffused magic where Atherman's all holy damage. So actually might be pretty bad for Atherman. Got a big hammer hand over Tamsin's head with a Hodge. Does Tamsin go for a Karma? The hammer's going to do quite a bit of damn. Big damn coming out, but Ather did pop everything there. Atherman, big hit onto Tamsin. Oh, and Tamsin knows he could karma it, but he knows he's just a bop or a bubble from Atherman. It's gonna double doorway of shadows as Atherman tried to solve the problem of Paladin's mobility by going to doorway of shadows. Never gonna be the least mobile Paladin ever. One hammer necessary to take Tamsin out. And Atherman, I think, is gonna have it with the Templars at the end, taking out Tamsin. More mobile than a monk, but that's gonna be fear out of Pooza immediately off of that one. With mind games as he goes in for a wave onto Atha. I think he knows the guy who wants to say hello. And Atherman knows he doesn't want to blast himself with some heals. Dropping. Oh my god. Pooza with a burst. Came out of nowhere. What was that? Atherman actually couldn't react. It happened so quick. He didn't know if he needed to bubble or not. He thought he might be okay. Wow. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Even Shadowpriest can burst, boys. I mean, I know DPs were already a lot of damage, but I didn't think it was that bursty. Jesus. Stun, and then Mind Blast, like a global into an execute. Like, that's all I saw there. Maybe there was more, but that's all I saw. Copy is going to be up next, trying to make the Kyrian play work with that totem. Big damage onto Puza. That's in him with that Sundering. The wolves are up. Trying to move the totem around so he might be able to give himself a self-heal. That totem will provide a little bit extra healing. Going to be a big old Void Eruption or Void Crash. Shadow Crash dropping down on the side. Copy isn't phased by it. It's going to go for big Ascendance into a stun trick. It's out of it. Puza is actually under quite a lot of pressure himself. Is going to be dispersed for the Shadow Priest. Man, the small pillar, he can't outrun the melee that easily, huh? Small pillar, he can't outrun the melee. Does hit him with a fear. Going to be VT to follow. With Mind Games right after Copy. Better not heal himself. He's just trying to stay in Ghost Wolf. Maybe survive somehow. He's just waiting out. I think he waited out too long. I think he had to go aggressive. He had to do some damage to Puza. I think he had to get aggressive. I mean, that doesn't mean standing in front of Puza and letting him beat up on you. But I think you have to burn through the mind games by damaging Puza, which will heal him. So then you can heal yourself. So you gotta heal Puza to heal yourself. Heal the enemy so you can heal yourself. Next up is gonna be Tasty. Oh, I'm swapping the wrong people. I'm so sorry. As he almost gets this slow onto Puza. Oh, knocking him off as he tried to get the Doorway of Shadows. That's gonna be the last of Puza. Does go for a Trinket 4. The last is still trying to reposition with Doorway of Shadows. Is gonna interrupt it, not letting go anywhere at all. That's gonna be free zaps for Tasty. Trying to go for Mind Games. Does hit him. That's gonna be some freebie healing for Puza at this point. Good reposition for Shadow Priest behind the pillar. Stun around the corner. Master Spell does get hit with a stun. And Tasty should be able to get right on top of the guy. Puza does get himself a small shield. I don't know what that is. But he does get himself a small shield there for a second. Fire Elemental is out. Puza trying to go for another repositional. Does he play double? He must be playing double port, right? Just for mobility. Shadow Crash onto Tasty. Almost hits him. Last doing quite a bit. Puza needs himself a lot of health recovery. Does go for Dispersed. He does have Vampiric Embrace coming up very, very soon. He also has very big coolness coming up very, very soon. Power Infusion Haze buff is available really quick. Really, really soon. That's going to be a bunch of dots on a Tasty. With a stun, does get a Mind Bender on him. Or Shadow Fiend, rather. Shadow Fiend should do quite a lot of damage. Swapping the wrong person again. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to. Oh, I just realized Copy actually had a wall, but he had a physical wall. I guess he looked at most of the other team and thought, it's going to be a lot of physical damage. So actually against Puza, he couldn't even normally properly wall against him. Puza kind of walk it at Tasty. I think Puza's just waiting for his CC change. There goes the fear. Getting hit with a stun. Can't really go for damage himself just yet unless he has a stun set up. Mind Games trying to come out. Silence on Tasty. He does go for a trinket out of it. Getting big zaps on the Puza with another stun from the Earth Elemental. Big Earth Shock from around the corner. Puza does go for a Mind Games onto the Elemental, hoping the Ellie heals him a little bit. The Ellie does do a little bit of damage, but nowhere near as much. That's going to be his big power infusion. I think Tasty should be able to dispel it if necessary. Looks like power infusion is still maybe on. No, it looks like it's off. Because normally you would see like a little bit of like a golden shimmer around him and like an orb. But you don't see it anymore. Tasty getting hit with a Shadow Crusher on the corner. Does catch himself a heal. Puza maybe using Greater Fate a little bit too early. Does juke Tasty's kick though. That's going to be Dory. Shadows around the corner. Puza trying to go for mind control. Doesn't get it. Tasty's just on his A game right now. That's going to be maybe a big lava burst already for Tasty. Should be a bunch of lava bursts, big bursts onto Puza, who does have a disperse back up. Stormkeeper is available again for Tasty. And that's going to be that fear onto Puza. With Mind Games to follow. Should be lots of damage for Puza right now. Tasty does go for a Dark Iron Rachel to cleanse himself. That's going to be a stun for Puza. Does he have the big burst? It looks like he does not. Tasty's Maldraxxus shield does come online at about 50% health or so. It's a nice little shield, I think about 6k health or so. Maybe 7, 4. It's not a big flash grab just coming out for Tasty though, trying to buffer his health up a little bit. He's going to be against Puza for quite a while. This is going to be a long game. Greater fading away past the shaman. As Puza's still continuing to line inside a little bit. I think he's just waiting for some CDs, man. Puza's just behind the CDs for now. Does get Water Eruption. Might be able to get CC chains and burst onto Tasty. Lightning Lasso does have the human Rachel to break out of it. That's going to be VT on the pet. Free Meteor for Tasty either way, though. It looks like that might have been not a grounding. Capacitor totem around the corner. I don't even know how Tasty is landing those capacitors. It looks like almost landing to the wall. He's done a pretty good job with it. Mind Games trying to cab man. Tasty knows he shouldn't heal himself for a bit. Waiting on the Mind Games. He knows Puza has mobility if necessary. And now he should be able to catch up on a heal or two. Man, this duel between these two casters is going for a while. Neither of them wants to give up for now. Puza was thinking of maybe repositional. We can kind of see where the Doorway of Shadows is trying to make a play. Stacey did set up a totem back there. I think maybe ground totem for a second in case Puza was going to go for a big setup. Does trick it CC into an interrupt into Puza. The disperse does come back online for Puza and thinks of using it early. Only 30% dampening, but better rotated CD. It is a short CD. Put it in cooldown early, so you'll get it back up earlier. That's going to be that, a little bit of Empiric Embrace as Tasty is nowhere to be found. Puza wants to finally go in for some damage, wants to get himself some heals, stun onto Tasty. He's standing maybe too close to Tasty. If he's casting a spell, he'll just get knocked back. Sounds to Tasty, big burst of Puza just takes Tasty out of nowhere. Just out of the game. I don't even know how he did it. I actually don't even know how he did it. He just have like a Mind Blast together with Mind Games, big burst together into a Shadowboard death. I don't understand. And Hateful is going to be up next. Looking to see if he can catch the Shadow Priest. This man so far has been dominating. Mind Games hitting me for 16k. That's huge. Why does it hit so hard? That seems a little unfair. That seems just a little unfair, don't you think? Going to be Hateful trying to see if he can slow Puza down. He's going to be feared by the Shadow Priest. He does have greater fate for next go. So Hateful looking to just get a big setup into Puza. Is going to drop down the spear. Puza can't really go anywhere. Does try to get a fade out of here. It looks like does break away from the spear for a second with a greater fade. Disperse available in just 17 seconds. Mind Games such a joke to kind of play hardly. Really? I don't know about that. Maybe. It's a pretty big hit, isn't it? Silence reflected back into Puza. Super unfortunate. Oh no. Puza might be out of the game. Into an interrupt on Shadow. It looks like Hateful does take him out. The warrior we needed, man. That reflect on the silence was a pretty big misplay, though. He tried, I know what he was trying to do, but that's a pretty big misplay. Hateful up next versus Avro is going to go for a parry. Avro is playing the vent there, so that chain harvest is huge. That's also going to be the totem, counter-strike totem. Zapping and Hateful back. He probably should take out the totem with an overpower or something. Stunned by Avro, gets his weapons back and should be able to maybe outlive Hateful. The healing of the shaman should be much, much bigger than what Hateful has. Unless Hateful can somehow just rotate his defenses, maintain a, at all times, ignore pain as best as possible, he might be okay. Next stun could be pretty big. Avro doesn't have a trinket. No pre-wall for this one. Does Hateful have the damage ready? He's trying to make a play here. Reflect up for Avro, but he's going to wall it. He's using Maelstrom to heal. Hateful just doesn't have a lot left right now. Trying to go for Warbreak. If only had that Warbreak just a little bit earlier with that Stormbolt. But looks like Avro is going to be able to take him out. And last one is going to be A-Bomb. Last one left. Hanging out with the team of Alistair and Yandex. Hanging out with his DK brethren. Unholy DK charging at the enhancement. Shaman hitting him with a stun with the pet. Abomination coming down. G means to hit him with a stun with a pet. Gonna be a big hand coming out with a Moldrax. Is a stun onto Avro. He is alive for just a hair longer. But the pets do surround him and overwhelm him. Next, I think it's going to be Yandex by the looks of it. And Yandex swap into a two-hand Frost DK. Going to be very, very interesting if two-hand is going to be better than dual wield for him. Because he did have a pretty good play last time, but just not enough. Just something was missing. Take him out damage-wise. Does drop AMS a little bit early. And is going to be playing the Kyrian two-hand Frost DK, which should give him pretty big buff with the damage. Actually, just obliterating A-Bomb right now. Big damage coming out. This is going to go for a big Dragon Strike with Sindragosa. That's going to be IBF for both DKs. And it still has this for a little bit longer. A-Bomb just a slightly ahead on health. Both of them popping Lichborn trying to heal themselves. Not each other, but trying to pop death calls onto themselves. But imagine trying to death call the other guy. You would actually heal him, I think. That's going to be A-Bomb trying to see if he might be able to live this. Yandex does pop Death Pact. And this is going to be able to take him out. Just needed just a hair more cooldowns. And he just had to burn the big heal in order to survive. Yo, Puza just came out with big mind games, dude. This guy ain't playing no games with mind games. It's actually nuts. But not only one, at least versus SP. Yo, SPs are tough, dude. I'm not going to say nothing to nobody. SPs are tough. Don't at me. They are tough. I don't care what you say. They are tough. Zikari ready and Kragar ready. Boys. I think we're going to call it there, man. 7, and I feel kind of hungry, and I feel kind of tired. So we're going to call it here. Not going to burn myself out, man. This week has been tough. Not going to lie to you, boys. We've been raiding a lot this week. Also Mythic Plus week, so I've been trying to gear as best as I could. So we're going to call it here so I don't burn myself out for tomorrow, too. I need some energy for NA, boys, as well. But thank you guys so much for coming by. I really do appreciate you. We're going to call it there. We had a lot of good duels. Lots of fun with you guys. And it's also fresh. And think of it next week, man. You guys will have more gear, more legendaries. Maybe there'll be more busted builds, you know. Good luck and right. Thanks, man. It was fun stream. See ya. Tasty. Everybody who came, everybody who took the time out of the day to come to the stream, thank you so much. I hope you guys had fun. Hope you enjoyed your duels. Hopefully everybody had a blast. Hopefully made some friends along the way too. And maybe some rivals for you to watch out for later. But thank you guys. I really, really appreciate it. You guys are fucking awesome to hang out with. See you next week, man. Thanks for the stream. Take care. Sounds good. Antrax. We're going to be doing NA duels tomorrow. So if you are NA or if you want to see how NA performs tomorrow, got some time, feel free to pop in tomorrow, boys. Anyway, thank you all so much. I'll see you boys next time. Alrighty? Alrighty. Peace.